It could be heard right now because I'm not really seeing anything. Microphone. I have no idea. But anyway, so this is my first video in a year. I haven't been doing YouTube in a while. I actually wanted to record a video today. However, I do not feel like getting YouTube ready as far as camera ready because when I'm at home, I'm very relaxed. But nevertheless, if you're hearing this, you either don't know who I am or you're someone who has seen me in the comments on other people that we support and things of that nature. But for me, when I was on YouTube, I was someone who was doing story times, vlogs, traveling, and etc. And from there, I was doing pretty well with the way I was doing the content. However, the way the algorithm works is it usually tries to categorize your content. And the fact that I was doing all those different things on the same page, it was definitely not helping. And then also for myself, I had set a very, very high standard of what I wanted from YouTube, just based off the fact that within my first 2 months, I had got hundreds of subscribers and things like that. But also, I was using YouTube as an avenue because I was venting a lot about what was going on around that time, or just discussing things that I felt like was a form of therapy for me. So now with me returning, I definitely will still do story times because I have a lot of stories to tell. But when it comes to other stuff, I'll just decide on if I'm going to either make another page for it or just cram it on here and just continue to do playlists like I said I was doing. And from there, it's like I really with story times, I really want to take it very carefully because where I'm from, we kind of free with the way we speak, and that really don't work on the internet as far as just certain words and describing certain things. And then when people feel played about what you're saying, even though you're not directing it towards them, but they might fit the description of whatever you're discussing. Hey, Nisha, thank you for joining. And I hope your weekend is, yeah, did you say weekend? No, afternoon is blessed as well. How are you doing today? But so I definitely don't want to be one of those people that is online and being polarizing. Like, I would prefer for everything I do to be natural. And also, I really will hope the things I discuss are able to be used to help people because I see that a lot of people struggle with finances and fitness, and those are two things that I thrive in. And so I'm always willing to give advice, even though I always remind people I am not a professional. They have professionals out there, but I do read and study a lot. And also, I'm big on trying different things and seeing what work best for me. That's why I always tell people when it comes to goals such as fitness or finance, that you have to find what works for you. It's easy to see what people do as far as fitness trainers or people who are into finances, but there are so many different ways to achieve the same goal that they did, and it's not always going to be the way that you prefer it. Hey, Nisha. Oh, keep believing, growing, keep pushing forward. Thank you. It looks like it says 7 people in here. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if you would be so kind to double tap your screen or click the like button, because as you can see, I'm a little baby on here. And I would appreciate that. And then when I blow up one day, you could be like, yeah, I was rocking with him since the beginning. And that'll be awesome. But yeah, please click double tap the like button. It only show one like, and I just, you don't even have to stay if you don't want to. Just click the like button or double tap your screen. That's all. But yeah, so with the finance and fitness, I see that so many people struggling with that, and it's so many other layers to it. Like with fitness, people think just joining the gym is the end all be all. It's a great start, but you gotta rewind. Like if it's due to weight, what causes your weight? Is it a thyroid? Is it your food? Is it your hormones? Like you have to fix that first. And then from there, get to a point to where you eating certain things that are is better for digestion because a lot of people weight is mostly water weight from not drinking water and your body has a high water retention or a lot of undigested food. That's why when people do those colon cleanses, they lose so much weight because they're full of undigested food. So it's like, that is one thing. And then when it comes to finances is a big thing because when it comes to our habits, in order to start a new habit, we have to slowly break the old habits. So if we grew up, like a lot of people say that they don't have financial literacy in school, if we grew up without financial literacy and we're programmed to spend money as we get it, because a lot of people are programmed to do that, or we program to be inspired by people online to purchase certain things. If you're trying to change that, you have to really give yourself grace and time. That's not something like, I know even myself when I was younger, I used to if I had a quote unquote free check, I would put the extra money in the savings, but my financial literacy wasn't there. So I would always end up spending the checking money and then ending up having to dip in the savings. It wasn't until I realized that one of the best ways to save is to live below your means. But it's not the way people think. Like when people hear live below your means, they thinking that you're supposed to get a cardboard box under the bridge and just live in it. But no, living below your means would be something like if you spend money on something 5 times a week, such as takeout or whatever, you just limit it by two or three, and then you saving money that way. You could take that money and put that towards something else, or and then another important thing about finance is that if you want to save, you want to get rid of debt because most savings accounts are barely at 1% interest, but when you paying debt, debt be anywhere from 2% all the way. I've seen some people have 200% interest, which is insane. So essentially, if you're trying to save, but you're maintaining, if you're not getting rid of the debt you have, you actually are paying more money in the money that you owe versus the money that you're getting. So that's another thing. And then, okay, so finance, fitness. Oh, and then also my plan for the future with YouTube is to try to do stuff at least once a week as far as videos or things like this. And then I'll also try to go live a little bit more often. But what I'll do is I'll make sure that none of the other channels I support are live at the time because I prefer to be in the comments having a good time. But yes, and as anyone can hear, I definitely am chatty. However, in real life, I do not talk at all because I have talked so much in my life to people with encouragement, advice, warnings, and etc. And now it's just like I really only communicate if it's necessary, like for work, or if it's a person who I feel like we can go the extra mile with communication because there's nothing more draining than having people when you're trying to have serious conversations or deeper conversations, they really not grasping the concept. So it's really pointless at that point. And that's about it. But other than that, what else could I talk about today? Um, I could do a story time right now. Let's see. I could do a quick one. It's gonna be a quick story time. So basically, and I'm gonna talk in code or whatever. But basically, there was this guy who worked offshore for 5 years, and he knew that the job was unsafe at times, and he followed the safety regulations. Like, hey, real life simulations, thank you for joining. And from there, he was put in a situation to where they sent him outside to do a cargo operation after it was already deemed unsafe, but the captain guaranteed him that it was safe. And from there, when he went out, he got hit with two waves, and the cargo crushed a piece of his body. He was able to get rescued, and after that, it's like the company tried to play nice with him and pretend like they cared about his well-being, but eventually he saw through it, and he he filed a lawsuit, and he's been fighting that lawsuit for the last 2 years. So he's definitely limited on what he could say about the accident or even about his injury or stuff like that. And that was the quick story time. Thank y'all for liking. I didn't jumped up to 5 likes. Y'all are amazing. But yeah, so that story is really about, hey, Dad, Daily Sips with Jazzy J. Thank you for joining. That story really is about me, but I just said it in that way. So if it's used against, if it's trying to be used against me, I could easily just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, that's why I haven't really been able to come at YouTube the way I want to, because for me, it's like certain aspects of my life I just can't discuss online right now until all of that stuff is over with, which is no biggie to me, but it also helps me be more creative with finding better things to discuss as well. Like, I have a dash cam and I was gonna start uploading all of the footage of how bad people drive and just all of the dumb stuff they do. Or and then also I did a video before about my pet peeves at the gym. Hey Deborah, thank you for the hearts, real life. And I did a video on this page about the gym and my pet peeves with the gym. And I think I have a better one now because a lot of people, and that's another thing, a lot of people won't join the gym, right? Yes, I love the dash cam videos too, real life. I was shocked at how high quality it was because the camera box looked like it came from Temu, but it actually, the quality is shocking. You can see everything. But with the gym, my problem with the gym is that I love all of the people who join in the gym to achieve their goals and who newbies. They not the issue at the gym. They not the problem at all. Them people come in, some of them may have questions, or they basically come in, do what they need to do, and they get out the way. It's them people who I swear that they must not have jobs because they be at the gym 3 4 hours a day every day, hogging the machines, having conversations on machines that people need, littering, parking their handicap when they're not handicapped. Like they don't even have the license plate. Meanwhile, they got this nice older lady who comes in a wheelchair every day to do her workout. She be having to cross the street because these people that took the parking spots. Just stuff like that. So we can get into those kinds of things. We can. I also will do some more cooking videos. Even though I'm not gonna be cooking in all of them, some of them I'm gonna say cooking gumbo, and then I'm gonna open the container and be like it's cooked because that's just how I am. And it's just so much stuff. Travel vlogs, I don't think I'll ever do that again because that is the most miserable thing trying to enjoy. Because for me, I'm an in the moment person to enjoy all them different places I went and then still have to remember, oh yeah, I'm doing the vlog, so I got to do this. Or when you in public and you don't want to alienate people because so many people do content now that people in public is tired. They tired, baby. Especially if they know you live, they might make you or put a RICO charge on you or something like that. So that makes it difficult. But I did think too, with the gym, once all of this stuff is settled, I do want to do some workout content for people who've been injured before as well. And I would go to the gym at like 2 or 3 in the morning when the gym empty. Even though now this is something funny I want to tell y'all. The 24-hour gyms in the middle of the night, they be doing wild stuff in the locker rooms and the bathrooms now. So if you know anybody who be going to the gym at night and they come back and they not sweating, or if they sweating too much, just know that they was in them locker rooms, and that's why I don't use the restroom at the gym because I'm not. That's gross. But outside of that, do y'all have anything y'all would like me to talk about as far as from me living in New Orleans? Please don't ask me about food places because I do no, I don't know. And you funny in real life. Yeah, no, okay, so that's what we could do because I really want to be positive, but I sometimes mess is the best. Let's talk about it. The people in the gym. When I tell you that is the download capital of the world, Craig, it be so many fine and beautiful women in the gym. Them men do not be looking at them, which is good because the women don't need to be harassed. However, they be looking at men like the men is the women. Like for me, I always had legs because I've always been an active person, even when I was a big bitch. But like for me, I catch them people. They always, and then when you catch them staring, they look at you crazy. Like if you did something wrong. Because for me, when I catch them ass watching, I look at them and be like, "What's up?" Because it's like, bro, you can look at people, but if you see me turning to look, don't let me catch you. It's so annoying. Or the fact that them people, like, I actually worked at Planet Fitness for 2 months last year. some of the people who you think attractive or who may have a nice car or some type of visible sign of wealth, them people used to be skipping out on the $20 a month or the $9 a month by scanning. The machine to say, hey, you got to balance. Them people are running the gym so they won't get caught. All because they couldn't afford their $9.99. But it's like, you got an iPhone, you have a luxury vehicle, you come to the gym often, because I used to see the people coming every day. I would think that the gym is priority to you the way you would keep your bill paid. But you up here skipping out for $9.99. Like, I know them 2 months when I was there, I actually paid for a few people membership because it just was so sad that people priorities are so messed up. Like, and but that's just why everything is the way it is now, and it's not gonna get any better. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell y'all that, like, individually in a person's life, we can make our life better and things can get better for us, but on a larger scale, you fighting the uphill battle at that point. And it's good that we have hope for people, but we also have to understand a lot of battles are not ours to fight at all. And when we find ourselves in situations of always trying to fight for other people, we lose track of where we headed. Because I have people I know personally can tell everybody their solution to their problems. Meanwhile, they've been getting dragged by their lace front for 10 years for the same simple issue that could easily be resolved. And I think that we have to move away from that. Like, I've even trained myself. Hey, what's up, Haley Bailey? Um, Thank you for coming in. I find myself to where, like, if I see people with issues, like, let me tell y'all somebody business. Somebody I know is a young mother, and there was a side piece, and they had the baby with with somebody I know. And so for me being Santa Claus, I stepped in because I'm like, I'm not gonna see the little baby without a father figure in his life. And so this side piece lady, she took it upon herself to see me helping, getting diapers, giving rides even to her. Because I was like, if the mama ain't good, the child ain't good. So I'm gonna look out for the mama. This side piece sat up here all that time. I'm up here paying for everything to make sure that she could have money for her and her baby. She up here buying lace fronts. Don't even know how to put them in. Don't have a ride to go nowhere. Barely have clothes. Wearing the same joggers all of the time. And it's like, in the beginning, I'm thinking I'm coming in to help, but what I did, I just created a monster. Because now what the side piece baby mama did was become codependent on me to the point to where she used to just ask for money for diapers. That young whippersnapper sat up here and was asking for all kinds of crazy stuff, asking me to drive her 90 miles away to a college party. And I'm like, ma'am, you don't have a ride back, and you actually haven't had treatment for your mental illness in years, so you don't even know if you're really sure that you want to go to this thing, and just stuff like that. And what I did was, I'm like, you know what? And you're right, Haley, definitely messed up priorities, and that's common in my city. But the street say it's common everywhere. But for me, I can only speak to where I'm at. And so from there, I was like, okay, I got an idea. Help her get a job, because if I lead you to the water, I never have to give you a cup again. You'll drink yourself. You'll drink forever. So got her a job at Walmart and was bringing her to Walmart. Like, granted, all this stuff I'm doing, for me, when I do, I do. I don't mind doing, because if I mind, I'm not gonna do it. Like, anything I've done for people is because God has blessed me to have that to give to people. And so from there, she got the job at Walmart, still buying the busted lace front. Also, her iPhone was disconnected through AT&T for the 4 months that I was doing all of this stuff. Kept encouraging her, hey, you young, you need to pay that bill, because if it go to collections, your first item on your history is going to be negative. And that's the worst thing. You never want to start your credit off with negative stuff, because it's going to take years to get it back to a decent amount and to kind of work off that thing. And one more thing, this is a side note. Not to bust the lease for this is a side note, but the longer you have credit and the more your credit age goes up, the more positive payment histories you have, the more open accounts you have in different categories. If you do get negative stuff at that point, it doesn't hit it as hard, and if it do, it don't last long. But back to Little Miss What I call her? I used to call her something. Musty. Yeah, we're gonna call her Musty, Little Miss Musty. So Musty sat up here, was working at Walmart, never saving money, doing crazy stuff, buying $50, $60 worth of DoorDash twice a day. Granted, Musty is very small. The baby wasn't that hungry, and the grandma that lived there wasn't very hungry. So you wasting food. And then I started like, hello, Pepper. Night, thank you for joining in. So then I started going around in the house and looking after the baby because a lot of the times Musty would either want to go somewhere or she had a bad habit of leaving the baby on the couch while she upstairs. Granted, the baby wasn't even one yet. And he was at that age where he put everything in his mouth. So from him being somebody that's connected to me in a certain way, I care for him. And we ended up falling out. And so what the fallout happened was every time I used to come over there, I would ask the grandma permission because this is grandma house. This is not Musty house. This her grandma house. Well, great grandma and great grandma and me had a rapport, and I had a conversation like I do with everybody to grandma, and I said, "This is not my grandma, by the way. Rest in peace. Both mine dead." I said, "Nanny, this house is not safe for this baby with all of these different things y'all have everywhere. Y'all have the play area filled with trash and sharp objects. Y'all have random stuff stuck in between the couch. Y'all have a whole blotch of stickiness under the couch." So I was like, I'm always the person, if I see something, I do something. I'm never going to be that person to tell you to do something that may be a lot for you and then look at you like, why you ain't do it yet? No, I'm gonna take your hand and say, come on, baby. We going down the yellow brick road. We going to see the wizard. So for her, me and grandma cool. So one day, Musty, as good as she felt, she got all her little busted wigs. She changing her hairstyles all of the time, even though she don't keep up with it. And she decided one night she leaving Walmart, she wasn't gonna tell this 80-year-old lady with her 1 year or almost 1 year old baby that she decided she was gonna sleep out or go somewhere. That lady called me crying the next day saying, I don't know where Musty at. I haven't talked to her since last night. What's up, Johnny? And I'm like, okay, so I know that Musty's irresponsible. So I'm thinking, okay, she probably just being irresponsible because she breeds irresponsibility. Like her whole life is a failure. You could put her in a win-win situation, she's still gonna find a loss in the situation. So from there, I while Musty was missing, I'm consoling the grandma. I'm like, come on, I'm helping the grandma do laundry because again, she's 80 years old. She's doing laundry because they one of them people that be letting laundry build up for 2, 3 months. Which shout out to y'all. Y'all are God's strongest soldiers. But I helped her with that. Then I'm like, okay, while I'm here, let me remove all these sharp objects from the living area because they had all kinds of stuff, pennies, just anything you could think of. Or you know what? Take your trash bag, cut a hole in the bottom, and drag it across the floor. That's what it looked like. So I cleaned all that up because again, that little baby is my priority already enough. The father is doing what he doing. That baby don't deserve that. So I'm trying to be there. And when we cleaned up, she ended up talking to Musty. Musty called her with an attitude. You missing for 2 days with your baby with a 1 year old, and you talking to the 80-year-old lady with an attitude. Okay, cool. So thank you, Pepper. So then from there, I go home because I had then successfully soothed the 80-year-old. The little baby was good. He actually was about to take a nap. Wait, rewind one thing. So we're before this, because we this all of this is a build up to something. So 2 days before that, the grandma was somewhere, probably bingo church somewhere. She's such a sweet old lady. Y'all will love her. But she was somewhere, so it was me and Musty at the house, and I'm playing with the baby because with me, I always engage with him, talk to him, get him to react to stuff. Because with Musty, she just wanted him to be an iPad baby that was nonverbal, and he never had no mental issues, but she was making him nonverbal. Would keep putting Gracie on, which Gracie is cool, but baby, you got to show the baby some attention at some point. And for her, I understood you a new mother, so I'm willing to help you. I'm showing you I'm helping you. I'm funding you. I'm giving you rides. I'm doing everything. Like I'm listening to your busted stories about busted lace front deliveries and all this other stuff. So That day when it was just me and her, because remember, I rewinded back. Thank you, Pepper. I rewinded back from when she left the baby for 2 days with the grandma. Like a few days before that, she left the baby down there with me, and then I was getting ready to go. So I went to go upstairs, and I was bringing him upstairs. Granted, I'm gonna repeat this for y'all because this gets sticky. No one was there but me and her and the baby. So if I were to leave, right, who would be there? The baby by itself and her, right? So I go upstairs to say, hey, I'm about to go. I think I either had to go to the gym. Because with me, most of my stories is either before the gym or after the gym. But that girl opened the door, y'all. Number one, the room had bottles all over the floor, like water bottles. I'm like, what in the vacant apartment is this? Like, y'all live in a whole beautiful duplex, and anyways, so much for that. That lady said, Musty said, oh, I didn't know you were still here. So I'm like, wait. Hold up, DJ. Run that back, DJ. I'm like, so your grandma been gone for hours. You don't know when she coming back because she living her best life. Shout out to you, grandma. But you would have been fine with that baby being downstairs all that time. You were gone for an hour, and you said you thought I was gone, so you never came down to check on your baby and all this other stuff. And she just took him and closed the door in my face. Okay, so that was that, and then we have the scandal with the leaving the baby for 2 days. So I'm seeing this progressively getting worse with her. So I'm like, okay, cool. For me, with my self love journey, I got to a point to where if I'm in a situation with people, no matter how much they need, but if I'm helping them and it gets to a point to where it's me or them, I'm always gonna choose me first. And because at the end of the day, I've done that before. I've been there for people to where I was drained and the person still was in need because they never needed my help. My help turned into disability and them being crippled. So boom, all that happened. After Musty got home after being gone for 2 days, apparently her and the lady had a conversation. So the lady, I don't know how the conversation went, but the lady is a sweet person. So I know that her words was not in a gossipy way, like, oh yeah, Jeremiah was over here cleaning up and none of that. It was just more so about probably me and Jeremiah was worried about you. He came and helped with the baby. He came and helped with the laundry and all this other stuff. And he also cleaned up. I think that when she came and seen that house clean, because I had them dust the ceiling fan. The ceiling fan dust was thicker than me. I dust the ceiling fan. I was picking up all of the trash. They had boxes by the door that had been there for weeks. I took all of that out. Like I was really doing things, and I had ordered some stuff off of Amazon for them because they kept losing the remote. I ordered a new remote on Amazon, and I ordered batteries for the remote. And also, I was like picking up the couches. I was mopping. Like I really did a good cleaning in their house, except the kitchen. Because with that was just too gross. They had dishes that had been in the sink for weeks. I don't know what that's about. That's between them and Key Glock. I don't know. So that must have pissed her off because you coming home, it's not cluttered, it's clean, and you probably feeling played. Because I noticed that when people dirty and you clean around dirty people, something in them just feel played. So from there, she talked to somebody mutual because again, I'm related to the side baby in a certain way. So she reached out to somebody who I'm related to. Granted, it was beef with her and my people way before I stepped in. For me, I'm a man and I don't believe in going at women. I'm never gonna go at no woman because I'm never gonna have smoke for women. I actually am a feminist. It's kind of weird to be gay and be a feminist at the same time, but I'm a feminist as far as I love women, I believe in protecting women, and I'm always going to see the best in women because women go through enough already between hormones, between people and people trying to marginalize women, between ain't no telling what happened to them as children or in relationships. So I'm always here for women. However, some people try to take advantage of that because they used to givers being slow or just being green. But for me, no, I'm blue. Blue is my favorite color. I'm not green. And so back to that. She told the person that I'm related to that I came over there talking about I'm gonna take her child from her, and what else she said? Like basically, she just said a whole bunch of hogwash. Now, for me, if you know me in real life, I really have a character that's so defined that if a person tell you I said or did something, if you know me, you know my word usage or some things that's out of my, vocabulary as far as like petty small words. So she told that person that I said I was going to take the child and blah 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 blah. So the person, being my family, because I have a very messy family. Shout out to any of them if they hear this video, because y'all very messy and two faced. But the person hit me up and was like, "Hey, what's going on with you and Musty?" She's saying that you came over there messing with stuff, like just made it sound crazy, made it sound like the Tasmanian devil or something. So from there, I'm still asleep. Because in the morning, if people wake me up out of my sleep, I still be asleep. I get a text message from Musty saying, y'all can't come over here no more. But instead of Musty standing on business and saying, you applehead, gym rat, you can't come over here. She was just basically not being direct, which I find that a lot of people are afraid to be direct with me. And it's nothing to be afraid of, because for me, I respect directness and honesty. So then she sent me that text message. Before I could respond, I'm blocked, because that's another thing that Musty do. Musty is somebody that abuses the block feature. Most people use block for good reasons. For her, she's a petty person. If she asks you for something and you tell her no, she blocks you, because she was doing it to her mama a lot. She actually used to brag about the disrespect she did to her mama, which was very deplorable, and I always spoke out against it, because I'm always gonna speak out against stuff, because people can never say I agree with the effery. Because if I agree with you doing effery, that means I want to see your downfall. Because if you're doing effery, you're not gonna win doing effery unless you're a billionaire. Psych. But so then from there, I just was like, I washed my hands of her. Because $2,700 later, I'm just like, okay, outside of the baby stuff, I text her like a week before all of this and show her all of the Apple Pays and Cash Apps for her. Because I didn't count nothing I did for the baby. I didn't count nothing I did voluntarily. And I didn't count nothing I did for the grandma, or like even between Musty and the grandma, they sat up here with a $500 light bill and was about to get their lights disconnected. This is why Musty working at Walmart. How much money you think Musty put towards that electricity bill? Put your hand and make a O and put it by your eye. That's how much she put. Nothing. And didn't even have no sense of urgency. She actually was very dismissive. And the day that I paid, hey yo Majesty in the building. So I paid it, but when I was trying to get the electricity bill account number, the grandma was looking for it, and Musty had an attitude, and I'm like, Musty, how you having the attitude when I'm about to pay this $500 light bill for y'all, and you ain't even helping, like with nothing. And so when she pulled that act of with the talking about me to one of my family members, I cut her off, and I'm so sorry to the side baby, because he is so precious and innocent, but if I don't mess with the parent, I don't mess with the kids. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm never gonna be that person that think ill of somebody and be in a child face. That's creepy to me. Like, so no. And from there, she must have took a pill, or maybe her mania dropped down to depression, because she ended up trying to text me. And then this is another thing about Musty. Musty have a bad habit of making fake pages, because the person who she had the baby for in my family, she actually was stalking him for like 2 years, but I wasn't really in the loop with that, because my off-show stuff started April 4th, 2023, with all of this stuff that's going on. So I didn't care about none of that. And so once I heard she was talking about me, I was done with her. But for her, reality must have hit her, because I had got them so accustomed to depending on me, to where I was the ride, I was the money, I was the food, I was the advice, I was the everything to them. So I think for her, for Musty, from her being used to talking to her mom and her grandma crazy, she thought that was going to operate with me. Even though while we were around each other, she saw that I really don't play with people like that. So, but something in her just made her thought she could try. Because I think that people be thinking when you have a relationship with a child, you're going to let them, um, like just do whatever. You say, oh wow, but you have people like this and you have to know when enough is enough. I totally agree, Pepper. And what I think too, I think that us as a society, we need to stop making people feel like we have to help people. Because a lot of times the people who want to help don't even be in a position. And it ends up, it don't be help, it be sacrifice. And sacrifice is not good. And one thing I love about my help is that I use it as a test. Like I'll help people who ask. Well, I'm lying. Sometimes I do things, but I see how people react to it. If a person who playing victim pretend like they needed it, but then I see that they really didn't, I know, okay, keep this person away from me. Or if it's someone who they can take as much as they want from you, but if you just need something as simple as a listening ear, or like for me, you funny, yo yo. Yeah, her name Musty. Musty is close to her real name. So, but it's for me. I'm just not. I'm not saying names. So in case I become rich, I don't want to get sued. Hey Mika, thank you for joining. So, oh, and yo yo, I had went down the subscription thing, making sure nobody was in live before I went live today because I was gonna do a video, but I didn't feel like putting clothes on. So I'm like, this ain't OnlyFans. I can't go live on here like this. So even though I don't have one of those either, but from there, when people keep like, okay, one thing they say psychologically about giving is that depending on the extent you give, sometimes giving can subconsciously make a person resent you because some people subconscious will see you as taking their power from them by taking over their situation. And that's why a lot of the times the people we have the biggest issues with are people we done things for. Like one thing I love about my life, every fallout I ever had was with somebody who I went above and beyond for. So when it ended, I actually was happy because I don't have kids, so I don't need no dependents at all. Even though I've raised a lot of people with my influence, but I'm still not a parent. And I know that people always say give people grace, but I feel like that's capped because how is so many people preaching give grace, but everybody's rude, everybody's mean. You look on Twitter, and I don't use TikTok, but from what y'all see on TikTok, um, it's like people just be ripping people to shreds, but then everybody's so sad, everybody's struggling, everybody's poor, everybody's rich. It's like, how are people all of these things at once? I'm so confused. I'm from Johnny, I'm from Algiers, but I live in Harvey. Entertainment you love. If someone, it doesn't matter if someone was live. I always say do it. People have more than one device. They will watch who they want to watch. I understand, yo yo, but I had mentioned it in the beginning of the video. I prefer to not be live when you are live. I don't know why my voice sounds shaky, but when you are live, because I love your lives and I love to participate in them. So that's why for me, like I actually enjoy live more than videos. I still watch videos, but I like it's something about the interaction of it being live. And with your lives, it's not just you, it's like a group thing because we all like connect to each other. And then even when people who not used to you come in, they fall right in and things like that. And and then your encouragement because you appreciate us supporting you, but then you support us right back. And for me, my brain can't wrap around that because again, earlier in this story, I was saying about how, people be poor, like my family. And I know that that's going to hit people hard because people be pledging allegiance to their family, which is good if your family is like that. But what I need people to understand when people are complaining about dating, family, or jobs, I need people to stop projecting their positions and their experiences on other people and just open their mind up because I see that a lot of times people who don't understand something they'll immediately try to invalidate your experience or question it or make you seem like you're either exaggerating or you lying. Hey mind journey. So I say all that to say, as far as the giving grace stuff, I feel like do what you feel. And we all need to start standing on business with everything we do because I find people do stuff and they always got to get validation for it. Or like for me, I'm a Twitter person. I see people coming on y'all think I'm gonna look crazy if I do this, this, and this. And it's like, Ma'am, you are 40 with 7 kids. Well, my bad. I almost shot at Plum. Ma'am, you are 29 with 12 children and 15 baby daddies. Why are you care what other people's opinion is? Did you care when you was unconventional with your lifestyle? Like, I really feel like we have more freedom when we do things we like. And that's something that a lot of people don't know what they like because we always around other people. Like for me, in my 20s, I was always around people who club, people who soul work, people who do work, people who twerk, people who sell it out the hole, people who selling their soul. I done been around all kinds of people. So for me, I can see the different impacts of your environment and what it can do to you, especially if you become one with it. If you around people and you start feeling like you got to do everything they do, you tend to have those bad habits. Like I see now that I don't know how we got here, but we at a age of addiction. Like online, all I see is addictions. Like there's this one person on Snapchat. This person drinks every day, and I be wanting to send a message and say, "Sir, do you know there's a number you can call? Because you cannot tell me that you are comfortable with who you are and you drinking every day." Because for me, I used to drink, not every day, but I did used to drink a lot when I did drink because I liked the feeling of it and I wanted to feel more, I don't know. But I do know that there's no way in hell I would have been able to do that every day at all. No. So thank you, Crystal. Thank you for coming in and thank you for subscribing. So I think as well, we just in a society of lost people because I find that so many people are able to relate to sadness, loneliness, feeling taken for granted, and all of that. Like I just told y'all a story about me and Musty, but I don't feel nothing about that because for me, one thing about God and whoever else is up there that be looking out for me, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna go where I'm supposed to go. So people coming in the mix in the meantime, I really don't care about that. And I find that other people who don't have my mindset, thank you, yo yo. I find that everybody who don't have my mindset, they let people influence them, and they let or like they feel guilty for their success. Like for me, where I'm from, most of the people either successful or they failures. I'm never going to ever look at the failures and feel like I'm supposed to save them or I owe them anything or let any of their remarks make me feel bad. Like even with the off show stuff, the first thing that people said when they heard about it was, "Oh, you about to get paid." They didn't even care about, how's your mental health, which that was trash and things like that. And it just shows you they said that, and then some people tried to get closer even though they failures, but they trying to get closer to me because they like, oh well, if he do become a millionaire, let me be close to him so I can get some money. Baby, it don't work like that. I'll give a stranger and tell a person I know, no. I give when I feel like it. And not to mention, I really don't play with money like that when it comes to people. If when I won't give money, I'm gonna pop it off. Call me Big Papa. Word to Kim Zolciak. But like, I don't know. And I find so many people are doing bad because that's why this is alive because I don't have to be as structured as I would on a video, and I think this might be my format for a lot of videos. But like with dating, I've been out here for 2 years since the accident, and I tried dating all last year, and it's like in between what you're doing 20 times a day, I want to get to know you without any follow up questions, the constant texting. Thank you, Crystal. And I agree, Mind Journey. It do have to be high to live. Yes, definitely. And yes, and they are pretending. And the thing about it, if all of the people who doing bad join together and had a common cause, they can all do better. Like for instance, I always be having random ideas about how people could save money and stuff. Like how people, like for me, I have a two-bedroom, but I live alone. If somebody wasn't musty or dirty and actually, stayed in their space, they could live with me and be saving their money. But people don't think like that. When people get opportunities that could level them up, they let that finesse spirit come on them, and they end up tricking themselves out their spot. Some people think you have to give or entitled because you give it. No, my money is my money. Yes, and it's even worse when you're around people who have no motion going on. That's why I don't even talk to people no more, because the conversations became draining. Like for me, we have the offshore scandal, but that's not what I lead with in conversations. When I'm talking to people, I'm first of all checking on them, seeing how they doing, hearing what they got to say. But then I'm known for switching the topic. Okay, we caught up. Now let's talk about what we've been watching, what you've been reading, what we've been eating. Oh, you seen that restaurant? Oh, did you see that deal on Southwest? That's my conversation. But when it's the people who I love saving money, I'm cheap. That's not cheap. I would say frugal, because I believe words have power. Frugal is a more respectful term. Cheap is kind of like an insult. And that's why when I go to the grocery store, I look for the cheapest prices. Also, Crystal, I don't know which store you shop with. Most of the franchise stores like Walmart, Target, and them hoes, they have their apps, and their apps have savings in there. Like Target's app is underrated with the amount of savings they have, especially if you shop often enough to where it picks up on what you buy regularly. It gives you savings for that. Exactly, yo, yo. By the way, I make sure to like your lives. I'm in the business a lot because of my schedule. Oh, bushes and other things I have going on. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't, for me, I don't, I'm not, I don't really, I don't know. I don't have bushes yet. I'm not relevant enough. I got a little patch of grass. I don't have bushes. But back to what, wait, I lost my thought, y'all. Okay, so, oh, the money thing. So, yeah, with people who don't have money, I find that some of them never will have money. There are people who, when I was a child, they were in a position. I am 34 now. They are in that exact same position. No amount of $20, no amount of I got you when I get paid, no amount of nothing. Section 8 couldn't even save some of these people I know. So for me, I can see the difference in a person who's trying. Once a person trying, baby, I put on my cape and I try to carry them to the finish line, because there's nothing better than trying. If you people will not try and just tell you like, let me see, let me get catch up with the comments. Exactly. By the way, okay, I'm in GA. I go to Wayfield. I don't know if y'all. No, we don't have Wayfield. I don't really. I never heard of them. I know I heard of Myers and Kroger's and stuff. But yeah, back to the people without the money. Because here are some of the things that people do who be watching your pockets. Whenever you're doing something, you could be doing something so simple, they're going to put a price tag on it. If you don't ever answer the phone while you're in the store, I learned that a long time ago. Baby, they listen to every ding that register do. Oh, you must be shopping. Or if you put bacon on your cheeseburger, they think you got your taxes. Or if you washed your car and they forgot what color it was, oh, you got a new car. I knew you had that money. Like everything be about money with them. And that's the irony in broke people, because they make money their life, but nothing else. They don't learn how to get the money, keep the money, maintain the money. They, rather than having accounts gaining interest, like investments or savings, they have their money in debt gaining interest, which debt interest is higher than the interest they give you at banks. Banks only give you anywhere from 0.5, 0.25 to max I seen is 4%, but debt would be anywhere from 2% for a car loan or house loan, all the way up to payday loans charge you 200%. So it's just a journey, and I think that when people make huge changes, they have to realize that people be trying to make quick fixes when it comes to finances or fitness or even social media. Like they have people now that have to detox from social media, which is crazy. But that is a significant fact indicator that they probably don't have nothing going on in their life. Because I know for me, I literally have to remember that I have a phone, because when I'm in the real world, I be touching grass, eating grass, rolling over in the grass. Like I don't know. I just feel fulfilled in my life to the point to where I'm comfortable where I am now, and I'm also still striving for better, but I'm comfortable where I am now. And I think that's something we have to learn. We always associate comfort with stagnation, and that's not always the case. That do that, like, wow, that's a new car. Yes, yo, yo. My family, though, people don't be believing me. That's why I really don't talk about my family too much. They don't believe me with how bad it is. They think that it's an exaggeration. And if anything, I really don't go into detail as bad as it is. It is actually horrible. And most people who know my family, they're shocked that I'm related to him. And that's the best way I could put it. And no matter how much I tell them that I really just want to be left alone, they refuse to let me go. It's like herpes or something. You can't get rid of it. It's like once you see them bumps, let me stop. Anyways, let's see. I really see need time to grow up. They be like, that's nice. Must be nice to have money. I'd be like, yeah, you definitely can get your butt up. And that's one thing I like about the Your Majesty. When people came in, or and the people who here and the people who be in your lives, they see your growth and they have a learning mind when they see it. Like they're open to suggestions, they're open to things. That's how you grow. A lot of people be wanting the results, but don't want to do the work to create it. Like they literally want to play Monopoly and go from start to finish. And it's like, no, you can do that, but it's gonna be short lived, whatever you're trying to do. And it's just sad for a lot of us people who successful, because if we not strong in the mind, we can feel guilty about that. And people will make you feel like you left them behind. Like I know they say that about celebrities. Oh, they acting different. Why would they act the same? I would hope they act different. I mean, unless they being phony, now that's different. But a person elevating themselves should never be a negative thing. And I find that you can always spot, and you're right, Crystal, you can always spot a hater because they are the ones who can find negative and positive things. You make a positive change. You move to a better neighborhood. Oh, she thinks she too much because she got her kids in a better school. You get a better job. Oh, she can't go out with us no more because she got that little job. You find love after being single or being depressed for so long. Oh, you got your man. You ain't got time for us. You got them kind of people. It's funny today, but those people will be the ones with the biggest knives to put in your back. And it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not even be a few years. But baby, trust me, they coming for you. And yes, I don't mind helping the person I see really trying, but these B-Day parties every year, and I hear them talk about all the money they got year before, then I understand it's about the money for them. You can give people information to win, but they don't want to do the work. They just want you to give. Yes, they don't want you. They want you to do everything for them. And Pepper, I'm so tired of birthdays. Because for me, I used to be a birthday guy. I'm still one for myself, but I used to be a birthday guy for other people. And when August 23rd came every year, if it wasn't, they forgot, which at that time I used to use Instagram. So it's like you've seen it. Everybody fake forgot the birthday. Very few people would send money. And the people who sent me money was in people I sent money to. So now I send them money faithfully. It's 5 people every year. Them 5 people, they get money from me every year because of they giving me money. And I learned that with giving is like we have to categorize giving. If it's helpful giving, like charity type shit, I really don't feel no way about that. But when it's given to people that's around me, you have to be careful with that because every action we do with people changes our relationship with them, whether we realize that or not. That's why for me, I don't play with people with disrespect and stuff. I don't care if you had a bad day or nothing like that. Because once you get to a point to where a person is comfortable doing something to you, they will not stop. They may take lunch breaks, they may take a PTO break, but they will be back. They definitely will be back. And it's like, even with the giving thing, like I said earlier, when we give to people something in their brain, I don't know if maybe they think we their mama or their daddy or something after that, but it's giving is dangerous in certain situations. Yes, like I'm all for like philanthropy and charity and different things like that, but when it comes to people who ain't doing nothing, I'm not rewarding bad behavior. At first, I used to be like, "Oh, $20 ain't nothing. I could do that." No, because them people who ask for $20. Matter of fact, breaking news. Let me not be making videos stealing yo and Nisha stuff. But yes, and in real life, I hope that that happened and don't make you feel any less for your birthday or feel down because I've been there before as far as birthday sadness due to the fact that people who I go hard for going soft for me, word to Viagra, and don't let that, focus on you. Make it about you. And then if people want to do stuff for your birthday, let them, not let them, but it's up to you. For me, I take trips for my birthday every year. The last 2 years, I did. I one the first year I went to Miami. Last year I went to New York. This year my goal is to go out the country, allegedly. I don't know. Hopefully they don't deport me because they be thinking I'm Hispanic sometimes. I don't know why. Love, gift giving, not always a return, but come on, me too every year, have me wore out. I give to people on the birthday. I don't get nothing back, but what my kids and husband do breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Yeah, like with birthdays, I find for me, it's my fault when it comes to the whole giving thing because like I just said earlier, family poor, a lot of the people who I grew up with in New Orleans, they barely making it. So my environment is bums. So what do I expect? You give a bum an idea and what they gonna do? Not use it. So I just that's why I just be so isolated. My therapist be wanting me to socialize with people out here and stuff. I'm never gonna do that because I don't speak poor. But and that actually reminds me of another impromptu story time, and it's gonna be it shouldn't be too long. So it was this person that I had a nostalgic bond with, which in my definition, a nostalgic bond is one that was created either in childhood, high school, or some past time in your life that when the person you think of the person, you think of those days. Like for this person, I'm thinking of middle school, gym period, and all this other stuff. And a nostalgic bond is one that a person is so blinded by the memories, they don't look at who the person became and realize that they don't need to be around each other no more. Thank you, Crystal. I I think everyone should have therapy in some way. Like, and I see people have hello, snapback Trishana. Thank you for coming in. I see a lot of people have issues with therapy, but like I tell people, treat therapists like a hairstylist, like a barber, like a dentist, like a restaurant. Everyone is not going to be top tier. You have to try them out until you find someone that gets you because they have all therapists from all types of backgrounds. For me, as you know, I can't have a person from a different racial background and older because it's like literally, what am I here for? Like nothing. So if people just gave it a little bit more effort with the therapy thing, it would be easier. But okay, so back to this impromptu story time. The nostalgic buying person. So we've been like not having nothing in common. But for me, again, I'm a feminist. She's a girl. We've been friends for years. We cool. And so one day I'm minding my business about to go back offshore. And usually before I go offshore, I go to Walmart and get all my little toiletries and stuff for out there. Cause I used to be out there anywhere from 1 month to sometimes 4 months. And I get a call and it's like, hey, and I'm like, what's up? Which they don't never call, but I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm, like, what's up? Oh man, I hate to bother you with this. You know how they started off before they beg. Every time they do that, I smile like, oh, they about to ask for money. Yay! How much is gonna be? And I be guessing in my head. So they asked for $300 to stop the electricity from being disconnected. Now that irony in that is that yes, my journey. People should continue. People should fight for their mental freedom because I feel like mental health is just as important as going to the dentist and going to all of the other different specialists. So she asked for the $300. I already was at a red light, cashed after right quick because it's like, okay, she got a baby. Again, children don't deserve to be in no house without no electricity. Now, granted, another thing, I have so much to say, guys. I really want to get it all out organized. So when it comes to helping people, I am suspect if I am not in your inner circle, but you are asking me for things, and I'm feeling like, did you go to your inner circle first? Because with this person, they have two beautiful parents. Both of them are homeowners and retired and have all kinds of money. They have a successful big sister who is in the medical field, is a homeowner, drives a luxury vehicle that she earned because she got it like that. There is the baby daddy people for the little child. They have all of that going on. And it's like, okay. But in that moment, I'm heading offshore. This is my nostalgic friend, which that's why I don't like nostalgic bonds because it'd be people that you really should have been let go. But you know those memories. So I sent it to her. She said she was gonna pay me back the next week. I'm headed offshore. I didn't notice the time, and I actually forgot about it until I was minding my business like I always do on social media, and I see that Little Miss $300 got married to some random, and I'm like, hold up, how you go from borrowing money to being married? Like this is like I'm so confused. Yes, snapback. And the crazy part about it, in case y'all don't know, there's a number called 211. Is nationwide, it's free, and they can find local resources for you in your area. If you need a case manager or a social worker, you can get utility assistance, you can get pharmacy assistance, non-medical emergency transportation, education assistance, all of that. So when people are asking y'all to borrow money, start giving them the 211 number. So from there, okay, so I see she got married online, which I later find out it's supposed to be one of those green card marriages or whatever. But still, if it is, most of those people pay. I know you ain't getting married for free to no green card marriage with nobody that you ain't attracted to. So, in true Jeremiah fashion, I sent her a text message and said, "Congratulations on your marriage. It's wild that I didn't even know you were dating anyone, but also you told me you were going." I was like, "You didn't pay me my $300 back, so I'm gonna need that back. Run that back right quick." She sent it immediately, but it's crazy to borrow the bride. Ah, Ooh. So she sent it back immediately. And I was grateful, but I also was insulted because that lets me know that if you was able to send it back immediately, you've had it for some time and damn, you came to me crawling, but I helped you walk and then you just walked away. Like, and that's my problem with people in the past. That's why all of this is past. It's not current, y'all. I'm good with that. Like I literally only do things I want to. And if I do anything for people, I don't hold it against them. Like even with the story about Musty 40 minutes ago, all of the stuff I did for her, I don't mind that I did it, and I would do it again for the baby, but I just wish people like that will own who they are. Like I love people who are horrible people and they stand on business. I don't like when everyone tries to pay hurt, harmed, and oh nobody's there for me and yes, yo, when I ask for my money back, it almost make me want to be on some loan shark type stuff. So I'm still waiting on $1,200 from somebody right now who it was their last and all of this other stuff. And my thing is with the money, you could take forever to pay me back. Tell me, I should not have to ask you, and I don't need regular updates. But my thing with people borrowing money, they never give real time frames. They always give these ridiculous time frames, and then the time pass, and you just looking at them like, okay, they gonna say something? Is they not to mention for people who then loan people money and then you seeing them online living their best life, it's like you lying to somebody. You either lying to the internet or you lied to me when you got that money from me. And yeah, for me, I hate asking for money back so bad that I would literally let the relationship end with whoever just before I ask for money back. I just don't like, as time went on, the amounts changed, and it's like, it's unappreciative. People really, and that's why when people be doing bad, I be laughing. I don't wish it on them, but I laugh and I don't have sympathy because a lot of people who do bad and who cry the loudest, they be the worst people. Good people who go through stuff, you rarely hear them talk about it. They might talk about it if you open up the flow, but it's always the bad people are societally bad people that's crying and getting all of the sympathy and stuff like that. It's like toughen up, titty. Like, but so that was another one. I have so many stories of just people, but for me, it's not for me when I tell the stories. It's to do two things: let people feel seen if they relate to it, and also give people reassurance if they questioning themselves when they don't feel like helping people or if people make them feel bad. especially family, because they love telling you, "Oh, that's still your sister. That's still your this. That's still your that." Like, okay, and just because we share DNA don't mean that I'm bonded to them for life. Like, that's insanity. Yes, indeed. My niece called me crying 2 weeks ago. She know my understanding of loaning out money, so she said she would pay it back today, and she did. Or I'll cut you off after one time, no games. I don't blame you, Pepper. Hey, Dimples, Dimple Wimples, 504, welcome in. I don't blame you, and I honestly feel like the people who make money, who make being loaned money a issue, they're the problem because nobody owes you this money, and they literally don't try anything. Payday loans still exist. Actually, a lot of those online payday loans, you can get away with not paying them because they don't have the proper contracts to send you to collection agency. All they're gonna do is just call you for years, just block them. But it's just, I honestly just think that we come to a point in our life where things stop making sense. The people we connected to don't feel right. The environments we used to enjoy, we tired of them. And some of us take that and grow because that's basically us being too big for our environment. But it's like a lot of the times we let that guilt and those nostalgic bonds to people opinion, that spirit of people pleasing be heavy on a lot of us to where we be doing stuff. We thinking people pleasing is just the over the top bowing down to everybody. No, people pleasing can be subtle at times too. It can be you not doing something because somebody else told you not to, or you've been wanting to go skydiving, but your best friend with her negative ass then told you all of the different things that could happen, and now you gave up doing that. Or a person who want to do a different career, people telling you about all of the negative things. Oh, you want to drive trucks, you know they be doing this and this. Like, people always want to tell you the negative stuff, and it's like we be faced with either leaving the environment and being looked at funny by people that we care about, but it in the end we end up happier. Like, if we look at a lot of happy people we know, like for me, every time I grew up, all of the happy people, every time I grew up, like if I lived 20 lives, probably. But when I was growing up, every time I seen people who was out the way, they always was chill. That person who lived in California and they people from New Orleans, they come around, they living good, they taking trips, they seeing the world, they don't have no drama. If they do have children, they children excelling, they children ain't out here like these people jacking Kias and stuff. It's like everything we want is outside of our comfort zone, and people are really what's holding us back. We hold ourselves back too, but people make it easier. They definitely do. And I think I would do story time. Which yo, what's your story time gonna be about? They push off their insecurities and shortcomings on you. Yes, they do. They really do. And what I find too, they have some people around you that enjoy your failures. I don't know. I hopefully y'all don't have any of this, but I know I used to, and I'm related to some of them. People who, you could be a successful person like me, but they gonna keep reminding you of that one time this happened or that one time that happened. And it may have been a one-off thing, and it may have been something that you were embarrassed about, but it didn't hurt nobody. It wasn't big. Them kind of people always gonna remind you of that. Like, I have this one person in my family who constantly keep finding ways to mention shit that happened 4 years ago, even though the shit that happened 4 years ago was why I blocked their ass. We commute well, they communicate with my text message inbox because I don't be responding now. And it's like, you want to be cool with me, but you keep bringing up the stuff that it's like. But then if I flashed out, yeah, at this point, my loans come with contracts, and I mean signed to no contract, no loan. I have questions, just like the bank. If the bank and DHS can know it business before they help, I can too. I agree with that because that protects you legally in case you got to take them to small claims court. And for me, if I was to do that, if they borrow $50 and then pay me back, I add on so many court fees to that amount to where I sue them for 2,000. But that's just me. I'm sorry. Reminding me of some folks I might need to go pay a visit, run me my money. Yes, you have to leave from the comfort of familiarity. I left New Orleans in 1996. Oh, that's awesome. Snapback. Where did you move to? Entertainment you love. How much money they owe you? I'm joked out. You ready, Crystal? What are you? I forgot what you ready about. But and also too, people again, because we still got to take accountability for ourselves, but outside influences make it worse because I find that when people try to do things to better themselves, people around them will literally tell them, "Oh, that's lame," or "You stupid," or "You old," or like even on the internet, people who pay their bills on time, they like, "Oh, I know I'm getting old because I pay my bills on time." Why does being responsible have to be associated with aging? Which most people are not going to want to age, which would mean that most people who don't want to age subconsciously is going to run from responsibility, which would indicate that they're aging. So it's just, again, we have us as society, we have a lot of work to do that's not going to get done. So us, we just have to keep our mini societies going on, keep encouraging each other, and also, story time. I got family members that steal the cards and money at funerals, fighting at funerals, stealing out my house, not paying money. Yo, are we cousins? I think we might be cousins, cause yeah, was responding to Yo. Sorry, it's okay, Crystal. They're trying to keep you stuck in the box of how you used to be. Some of us evolve and grow and shit. Oh wow, your mind journey. Me too comes with contracts. Yeah, Dimples. For me, that's what bothers my people. My people are so annoyed that they cannot manipulate, gaslight, control, sympathy, none of that. Like they literally try every time. Like one of my mama people just moved out here from a different state and came out here with no plan, no ride, and no money. And they keep trying to find who could give her rides places, who can give her money and all this other stuff. And it's like, ma'am, you are a senior citizen. You qualify for so many different government things, especially in Louisiana. I think that what we could do, or we could try, even though it ain't gonna work, is when people ask for money, give them 211 number and then also give them just like random organizations. Like if they say it's for electricity, give them the link to the electricity assistance or something and see what they do with it. Because they're not really gonna, like, one person I know, they asked me to borrow rent money. I did them one even better. I got them approved for 2 months of rental assistance, and I told them to go apply for Section 8. You think that 2 months of rent money was saved or helped them get ahead? Nope. You think them now being on Section 8 and having cheaper rent helped them get ahead? Nope. Because when people have a relationship with failure, they won't let it go. And if they can make it a threesome and add you to it, they will. So we, again, are afraid to judge. We listen and we don't judge. First of all, the fact that that's a common phrase and half of these people don't even have comprehension skills. So you have to have comprehension to listen. You can hear, but yeah, so we have to start calling people what they are. If a person is a failure and you feel like you're a winner, stay away from them. Just like, I don't know if y'all live my life too. Just like us growing up in younger years, we might have had a person we really liked as a friend or thought was cool, and then they just switched up on us. And maybe it could have been us, and maybe they was, not feeling the path we was going or the stuff we was on at that time. Or also it maybe could just be outside sources. But remember when that happened, we got over it. So I feel like when we feel like we wanna back away from people, we shouldn't have to explain that, especially as adults, baby. Like, cause think about it. I'm not trying to make y'all bitter because you got to learn how to balance it. Everybody want to be all good or all bad. You have to find a balance. We yin and yang. There are times where we have to cut ties off with people. Now, yeah, real life, that's my Planet Fitness shirt. We have to cut ties with people, and for me, I actually don't mind. Well, I don't cut ties with people because they don't exist to me. Like, to cut you off, that means that you still alive. That means you still whatever. No, like I delete them from my universe. Like I don't even see them. Like when I went to go do something one last time for Musty grandma before I blocked Musty, she hit up the family member that she was gossiping me about too, and was like, Jeremiah came over here and he didn't even look at me. Cause bitch, you invisible. Baby, I Thanos snapped you out my universe. Because when you cut people off, just like electricity, when they get cut off, it can get cut back on. No, we're not doing that again. Life is too beautiful with too many good things to be wasting your time on people. And don't let me get to the dating portion of it, because from me seeing both sides with men and women and stuff like that, it's like, baby, we got some work to do if we really gonna do the work. I just think that we should go back to the old days of just having sugar daddies and stuff like that. I don't know, but that's just me. Now you got these old men going after younger people, and talking about they ain't gonna give no sugar. And it's like, hold on, grandpa, I'm 40 years younger than you. Like, why would I mess with you for free? Like, I don't understand that. All right, K Camp, that brought back memories of the Houston days. And I also think too, another thing that we should do is more positive self-talk, and not even like affirmations, because affirmations is what you want, but positive self-talk about all of the things you did. Like, I guarantee you, every one of us in here, or everyone who can hear the sound of my voice, there is something or some things or some situations that we currently have that we prayed for at one point that didn't even seem like it was going to come through. So when we feeling like, oh, the economy bad, all of this stuff going on, doom and gloom, look at the light in you, the light in your life, the light that you've given other people. It's like when we lean towards one thing, that's all we see. We got to keep our eyes open and be open to new things. I ain't gonna necessarily say open to new people, because baby, some of them people are weird. I have to tell y'all that a story time about that. I've had some crazy interactions online. Nope, because their mindset now, right? Like they saying goes, they give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach a man to fish, and he eats for a lifetime. Exactly. Or loan somebody some money and they eat for a day, give somebody some food stamps and they eat for a lifetime, as long as they don't get cut off. That's another thing. I know somebody who let their food stamps get cut off for the dumbest thing. But that's why, for me, I cannot help people. I would gladly get online and support YouTubers, support y'all. If y'all selling something, I'll buy it because that's me. One thing that users didn't do is take my heart away. I'm always going to be a giver, but I just control it and I'm responsible for it because it's a gift. Being a giver is a gift because the gift of being a giver means that you have it to give and you always are receiving to give. So I definitely love supporting people. I'll be so happy when I'm in the store and somebody in front of me can't afford what they getting. I'll be like, add it to the cart, because that's just me. But when you have people around you who want to take advantage of that, like, oh, I'm his brother, or I'm his cousin, or I'm his sister, and he'll give her, oh, I'm about to eat real good. I'm gonna act like I'm broke all of the time, or I'm gonna invite him places, and then he gonna pay for it. All that's dead. Like, I've been on a couple of dating apps, Black or Tag or something. They always want to use WhatsApp. They be scamming on them apps. They be scamming. They be trying to traffic people. They do all kinds of stuff on them apps. Apps are so dangerous because one thing that I always remind people, when we think about all of the crazy people that we seen growing up, think about the fact that all of them are online now. Like, every single weirdo, creepy, potential KILL person, they're online with us. They walk among us. And it's like, so we have to really just treat everybody guilty until proven innocent, especially when it's people who don't know you and they pressing to come in your life, especially for my ladies in here, when there's men that's trying to put pressure on you. Like, you are not a wound. You put pressure on an open wound. You don't put pressure on a person. Like, oh, I'm pressing stuff. Okay. So yeah, so I think y'all can hear me. Y'all will tell me if y'all can't. But yeah, so like, you just got to be wary of people, because people really be like, I notice with men, when men, gay or straight men, when they first see you, that infatuation and lust, once that burn out, it don't be nothing left. Oh, you say you can, Crystal? It don't be nothing left. And I find that that's why I think that people should not be relationship oriented, because that's a very dangerous thing. Because I find that people have allowed themselves either to become pregnant by somebody or in a situationship, like the whole say, because of the fact that they're not comfortable with being alone, or they associate their relationship status with their value. And it's like, no, you are more than that you're not a sex doll, you're not a mail order bride. You are a person with feelings and needs. And what we have to realize with friendship and relationships, those things can derail our lives. Like for me, I dated a booster with a pill habit in 2014, and guess what that did me? It lost everything. Well, but I got it back, so that's what I love about me because I'm a, I'm too victorious to be a victim. But that's just an example of the fact that my life was headed in one direction, and just me dealing with somebody, not me doing the stuff they do, not me changing my life, but just being around them was bad enough to just completely derail my life. Let's see, definitely weirdos. I agree, Crystal. Real life. Uh, WhatsApp has a lot of scammers. WhatsApp has, yeah, they do. I had WhatsApp from when was working at Planet Fitness, and I still have it because some of my old coworkers be reaching out. And when I tell you, I'm always being added to some weird group by some weird random person, or some person telling me that they got a job and all of this other stuff. And it's like, first of all, I don't need no job. My current job is a hobby. It's not a real job. Like, I got hurt offshore, bitch. I don't need a job. Like, so chill out with all that. But they going too far with all that spam and stuff. I just ignore it because I ignore non-spam messages, so it don't bother me. But I find that older people like my mom and them, they be so flustered every time they get a spam call or message and be wanting to argue with the people. And I'm like, Mama, them people do not care about you. Like, you think when you curse them out, they hung up and cried? Like, they just gonna call somebody else. They're scammers. That's what they do. Yep. But this is actually kind of fun. It it felt like I was talking to myself at first, but seeing y'all in here, but I don't use that website. I'm focused on self and family. That's the best way to be, Dimples, because when we have love that's safe, that's the best place to be. And that's why I feel like if people don't have external love to be safe in, and even if they do, we should manufacture our own love for ourselves to where we really look at ourselves and be like for y'all women, be like, girl, you really did that. Like, thinking, and every time, if you make it a habit, I promise you, you'll get through things faster. If every time when you feeling down about one thing, think about all of the past things you felt down about that you overcame or that eventually worked themselves out. Because for us, our bodies is programmed to not like stress. So when we feel overwhelmed, that's where all those negative thoughts come from. And that's why we get those impulsive reactions of shopping or overeating or sleeping or alcohol or drugs, because we're trying to run away from that feeling. But if we learn how to work through that feeling and really understand it, that'll make us better people. And that's why I feel like loving environments nurture that, because when you're around people who really love you, they gonna love on you like you love on them, and it's gonna lead to you realizing how you need to be loved. Because if you're around people who going against the grain, you're gonna be like, hold up, they talking to me like this, and this person be subbing me and stuff. I'm not used to that. People I know, they love me out loud. They ain't on the internet doing subliminals and nothing like that, right? Or they'll get used to that they're in the military. That's all they were used to say. Military people, if you want to get married for the sake of being married, baby, the military people will marry you as soon as your mouth open. They don't even have to know your name. They will get a blank marriage certificate and figure out the rest later. That's one thing. Military people love them. A Challenger, a Charger, and a quick marriage. And they have some really good VA benefits. So I recommend, if you feel like dating life ain't going nowhere, just marry somebody from the military and get their benefits, and then get legally separated and move to a different side of the world and just live off of their benefits. That's the best thing you can do. Because when life gives you lemons, you make a pipe bomb with it. Let me stop. You see, that was too far, guys. I'm so proud of myself. And y'all, like, it really been like a good number of people in here. And I have 17 likes. That's awesome. But do y'all have anything else y'all want me to talk about as far as like myself, like to kind of familiarize y'all with me and stuff? Yeah, it is, yo yo. I know two people who marry Africans, and one of them, the African ran off on her. He didn't even pay her, and she couldn't even get a divorce because he had then disappeared, and he never paid her. But he got his green card. Well, I don't know if he still have it now, because Uncle Donald ain't playing. I'm enjoying these benefits right now. Oh, the VA benefits, real life. Yeah, when I was taking Humana calls, I was seeing the copays, how a lot of the VA stuff be zero copay, everything covered, prescriptions don't be having a deductible. That's a lot. That's another thing people have to think about too, as far as whatever age they are, about insurance and knowing what their deductible and their copays and stuff is. Because I used to be talking to a lot of older people who will be calling yelling because their medicine was 500 at the pharmacy, but that's because your deductible was 500, and they don't be knowing that. Let's see. I learned from my sister as they get older, those scam callers are some of the elders' only form of entertainment. Yes, that's really something that I really wish I could do on a national scale to kind of get people to have more awareness of the seniors in their life. Because when I tell you senior loneliness is a silent epidemic going on right now, I can't tell you how many people I used to talk to via Humana, and they would tell me that I was the first person they had a conversation with in weeks. And I'm like, where's your family? Some of them, they family passed, children live further away. And maybe some of them might have been, down bad. Like I know with my daddy, if his wife leave him, he ain't gonna have nobody because look. But a lot of these people, they really didn't have nobody. So I always would give them the 211 number to get them a caseworker and a social worker, because actually in most major cities they have a lot of senior programs. They have senior gyms, they have senior events, and depending on the person, a lot of those people would like that. And that's what actually be causing a lot of them people to die sooner than what they would, because they be dying of loneliness, or some of them be falling and nobody be knowing they fell. That's why my mama, I love her, but I'm so mad at her for having me at 35, because she had 5 children. And it's like, because I'm in my prime and my mama is a senior. It's like, ugh. But I'm grateful that she's still here, gratitude. But it's just, it, for me, I'm not afraid of anything, but if I overthought about it, it definitely would be a scary thing. Yes, we were not created to be alone. And that's one of the bad things about us as humans. We have a herd mentality, which is natural because it's something that we've had in us for years. Like that's why most people live in packs and stuff like that back in the days. But now what's happening is that the herd mentality is influenced a lot of the people in our society to just be failures. Like as long as you have alcohol, some designer, and a grass background, like you're living your best life. Like, yeah, don't have a retirement saved. Don't have trust funds for your kids or college funds for your kids. Don't have any of that. Don't have $1,000 for an emergency. Don't have 6 months living expenses saved, because we don't make enough money to do that, right? Even though I know people who said that 10 years ago, and within 10 years, we had more than enough time for them to get it right, and they still didn't. And I find too, some people, when they know you good at stuff, they never feel like they need to know it because they always gonna call you for it. Somebody told me that before. I don't need to learn about computers because you right here. And I'm like, right, well, like what? But other than that, it is almost spring. What are y'all plans for spring? Are y'all traveling? Have y'all took any trips yet? Do y'all have any places y'all would like to go? Have y'all been to New Orleans before? What was y'all experience? It's sad though that some people do so many people wrong to others all their lives and then get old and have earned their loneliness. I know someone right now, Mind Journey, they are halfway there because they didn't fell out with the whole family. And one of the two children, they got one child left. After that child, and knock on wood, when God called their parents home, they ain't gonna have nobody because they When I tell you they burn every bridge like they're an Olympic swimmer but can't swim, and you cannot tell them because they have amnesia to what they do to you, but they have the memory of an elephant on what you did to them. Yes, been to New Orleans, but only to get the beignets. Beignets be too messy for me. I don't like all that. I feel like they could. I don't know. They need to get beignets potty trained or something because it's just too. I don't know. All that. It just. I don't know. Born and raised Nola, baby. I'm half New Orleans, half Houston. I lived in New Orleans till Katrina. Went to Houston. Got sent back. Went back out there. Graduated high school. Lived out there in my 20s. Went offshore when I was 28 and got crushed at 33 and now I'm no 32 and now I'm back out here in New Orleans with my poor family members. Yeah. Yeah, beignets definitely need to be potty trained. Definitely. For me though, one thing I do feel about myself is that I feel like I could be definitely someone that people who want to grow look up to as far as that because everybody wants a role model nowadays. I'll be the role model, guys. Like I don't do anything irresponsible anymore, allegedly. So I feel like just looking at everything I've done, experienced, seen, and things like that, that's a good lesson to people that your past does not define your future. Have points for a 3-day resort stay. Still haven't figured out where we're going. Never been to New Orleans on my bucket list for sure. I think right now would not right now, but like it's festival season right now. That would be like the best time. I feel like because the festivals are generally safer and it's not the same energy that you have with people who come in for parades and things like that. Or depending on your preference with Essence, Essence is a good thing to do too. But I don't know what's been going on with them because lately they have not been given the lineup until like buku late. Like I remember with Essence, if it's December of the following year, you'll know who performing that July, but it's April and we still don't know who performing. So very strange. They said it was a soul food spot. I used to watch the Travel Channel a lot. They showed this restaurant called Willie Mae's or something. I think that's that restaurant that lady who was famous, Chef Leah Chase. I wonder if that's the one that she worked at. Moved from New Orleans in 2022 and thanks to the military, I got to see some of the world. Yes, the world is so beautiful. Even like when I went to Arizona, just to see the real desert and real mountains everywhere, like it's a mind fork to see all that beauty and be like, damn, I'm really in this moment. Like I'm always looking at my skin and pinching myself like this ain't no dream. Like I'm really here. And for me, within the last year, I've been to like 7 different states that I never been to before in 7 different cities. And it's just always it's for me, I just like the environment. I don't even be needing all of that extra stuff because for me, I'm a person, if I wanted to turn up, I could do that with just music or just my voice. But when I go to places I never been before, I'm just absorbing in the nature, the beauty, the fact that I'm even there. Like me as a kid would be so proud of me now. Like, dang, he flying every other month and all this other stuff. All of the things that people I grew up around could do, but they label it as unattainable. And that's another thing. People will label something as unattainable and then never try to get it. And it's like it might be across the street, but just because it's labeled unattainable in their mind, they really hold on to that. And on the Travel Channel, they had talked about Katrina and they said Willie Mays was flooded out and they had to rebuild it. Yeah, with Katrina, they had to rebuild a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, some things are haven't been rebuilt, even though it's 20 years in August. But yeah, that's a whole different story. This city, I don't know. It's the idea of New Orleans is beautiful, but the reality of it is very disappointing, horrible. And it's crazy because a lot of the locals get offended when they hear people saying that, but it's like you are part of the problem. So I'm sure you are upset. But yeah, so for spring for me, I just took a leave from work, not the offshore job, the other one. And so I'll probably go some places, but I'm not gonna pressure myself. But I know for sure I'm gonna have to get that birthday plan in place because the yearly birthday trip must go on. Katrina has taken away a lot of things I remember. I'm a tourist now. Katrina, I feel like Katrina killed New Orleans. And what we seeing now is New Orleans in rigor mortis. I think I said it right. Basically, we watching the a skeleton in a shell of what it is because nothing here makes sense anymore. Especially all of that beautiful real estate in New Orleans East that's going to waste. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And it's like it's never gonna come back. And a lot of the people who out here now, they still stuck on the past of New Orleans to where they're not realizing what is in front of us and what needs to be done to, make things better. Yeah, it's very heartbreaking. And it's like I don't even see our schools making things like making lists, recognition lists anymore. I know even though Louisiana has the education of a baboon, but still, it's like we still had like Benjamin Franklin, Edna Carr, and all these other top schools out here. I don't hear none of that no more. Half these kids can't even talk in full sentences. Like that's another thing. My guy, when I was seeing them applications at Planet Fitness of them people applying, I begged the manager, please let me talk to them because I just wanted to help the kiddos do better because them applications were horrible. I'm like, did they even pinch the bitch? Like, I'm so confused. But it's like stupidity is just getting worse and worse. I don't know. I think I might need to give me a spaceship. Peach kids go to school there. Not plum. Um, when it come to when it come to her, I feel so bad for those kids because we really never will know how bad all of this stuff is impacting them until whenever they just start exposing her or whatever. I don't think that the oldest would do it because he seemed like he have that mother son bond with her and he have like a sense of loyalty to her. But I feel like once them other ones get older, they're gonna really go in on her. But I just think too, it's gross that a lot of the dangerous stuff she do on the internet, people still praise her. Like, yes, Queen, Mother of the Year. Like, she could push the children down the steps. Yes, Mother of the Year. Oh my God, such a beautiful family. Oh, such a hardworking husband. God bless y'all marriage. And it's like these people got to be snorting something or sniffing whiteout, or maybe they was in a house that had asbestos or something and they have delusions. But and not to mention, she not even maximizing it. Them people really be giving her buku money, and she always broke. Everyone gets to a breaking point, are going to tell it all. These folks ain't right. Honestly, I don't even think it's really much for to tell. Just more so their emotions on what happened. Because I mean, she doesn't leave room for wonder. She shows everything, and then get mad when people respond to what she showed, and then try to double back on what she showed and say it's not yellow, it's orange. But it's like, okay, banana boat. She has an ignorant mentality. She reminded me of my family members. The people I described, they don't act like her to the full extent, but they act like her as far as not having accountability. Every time something bad happened to them, oh, the people are attacking me. Oh, they called sleepy ass. They did this and this. But then in the same token, get back. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna get you back. It's like, are you gonna be the bad guy or the victim? You can't be both. That's why for me, I prefer to be the bad guy at all times, even though I don't do people wrong. But you're never gonna hear me saying "woe is me." Like even with them stories I told, it wasn't like "whoa." It's just like more of a aha moment, and I just don't respect people like that because of the disrespect that she's done to her mother, to that man mother, to that man dead people. I don't know how hood or what projects they grew up in because where I'm from, she wouldn't have been, she wouldn't have got that far. That's all I'm gonna say. With any of that disrespect, that's horrible. So I just look at all of them as a bunch of losers who just on the internet, and that's nice. Just my opinion. The way she cursed out the supporters, I bet them kids facing more. Oh yeah, you already know, baby. First of all, I know she be showing her hand too much when she be showing that her and him is out together. You done fell off with the whole Tampa. Who watching them churn? Like I. you can't have no one person watching a football team. Like that's insanity. Even football teams have multiple coaches. Like you see how mad she was when Troy ran off SC World, right? Would have been ran out of NOLA. Yes, definitely. But see that I don't think she like him. I don't think she like Mr. Teddy's daddy because every time she mentioned him, it's like a aha, like a sarcastic. And when she posts him, it's like she's only using him to get in the autism algorithm. That's why she always hashtagging stuff. And it's amazing that she shows an autistic child, but she never shows us him being in therapy or anything that she's doing to assist with his condition. But you just show him living. Like, oh, look at I have a son, like, okay, girl. Like, yeah, so it's like, I mean, honestly, I think I, I'll stop. The street say kids also miss. But I mean, we all have eyes. So, but I really feel like that should be some form of a crime to have a destroyed uterus to where everything that comes out of it is defective and you just keep having stuff come out of it. It's like, and not to mention, the sperm donor is already two crayons away from being retarded. So it's like, you having babies with, I don't, man, look, it's easier to be in people comments than to be saying this out loud. But what I like about her though is nothing. I actually don't like her, but I don't hate her, but I just don't like her because I used to watch her when I was doing content because of the shopping videos. But after she went to spiraling, it was just like a train wreck. I couldn't look away. So I hate watch now, but I don't hate her. It's just called hate watching. And so yes, it's the NICU football team. Dimples, I agree. I think all of them is touch, but Baby is a choice. Baby, I'm praying for all of them. Yo, yo, yes. That'd be funny if she pregnant. Cause if the last four pregnancies I called them, so I think she might be pregnant. Cause that'll be just like her storyline. He got a vasectomy, but then you still pregnant. You was pregnant before the vasectomy. Or some people have defective vasectomies. I don't know if she and him know that. You actually have to maintain vasectomies because sometimes it can come undone, and it's actually more common than people realize to have a vasectomy pregnancy. But she looks like she's pregnant. Her whole body pregnant, her eye pregnant. But what I like about the peach thing is that it just shows us how many peaches we have around us. Just like with Rashida and all them, just like with all these different people, everybody shows us that they Rashidas and peaches based off of how they respond to Rashidas and peaches. She probably permanently pregnant, yo yo. She might be like them animals who can get themselves pregnant. She probably that. That's why them kids be needing DNA tests every time. I wouldn't even sleep with a person if I had to keep having DNA tests. That's horrible. Y'all are funny. Hey, me. What's up, me? Yep. But I think that we also should just start taking stuff like that seriously with people around us because I know a lot of people who live like Plum, and I just I stay away from them. I never encourage their situation, and anytime I've had communications with them, I've always told them that they were horrible parents and the house was filthy. Because sometimes you have to tell people that. Like I definitely love telling people that their house stink. That's why when people invite me to places out here, I'm like, no. Last few houses I've been to out here were filthy. It's annoying. I don't see how people live in filth. That let me know you hate yourself. Because for me, I'm not about to be laying on this couch like I'm doing right now, and then I smell rotten eggs. If I don't smell a plug-in or a candle or a oil diffuser or my body wash or my cologne, I'm gonna have a problem. But people be nose blind because they live in funk so much. That's like them people who never know they musty. Working. Hey, real life. How you doing today, Mimi? Thank you for coming in. I've never liked her ever since she cussed that lady out that had MS. But see, that's the thing, Crystal. Peach, Cardi, all them people, they get away with disrespecting people with different things, and it's like some people remember it, but the people who they support, when somebody do the same thing to them, they be like, "Oh, they're wrong for saying that about Peach or Cardi children." But when they doing it to people children, nobody say nothing. Like, I don't understand that. Hey, Earth Angelic Orchestra. Like, I worked in the Section 8 sector, and you'd be surprised. Wait, you worked in the Section 8 sector on YouTube or in real life? Because if you work at Section 8 in real life, could you please? I don't even think I would qualify, but could you at least still just give me an application or something? Welcome everyone in. Please hit like. Thank you, Yo Yo. Thank you. And so, it's like for wait, what was I saying? A lot. Oh yeah, back to the peaches and the cardies. Yeah, they love playing victim as far as when it comes to when people do stuff to them. But my thing is, if you out here doing stuff to people, why, I just be wanting to see their brain cells to understand why are you shocked when it's done to you. I really don't understand that. Hey Karen, thank you for coming in. Is I don't know, but I find too though those people are the hardest to deal with because we think that since we're in the age of receipts, that a screenshot, a video recording, a ring camera recording, and us giving it to the person saying, "Hey, look, this is proof that you did this. Apologize or make it right." People still find a way to make themselves the victim. You cannot negotiate with terrorists. Like people who be acting lost when they doing stuff, especially adults who not labeled as nothing mentally, baby, them kind of people, they all need to stick together so they all could be confused as to why they fell out and having mixed stories. They special just like Karen, everyone coming in, and it's like it's just too much. And but it's a distraction when you think about it, because it's so much positive stuff going on, and in between the internet and in real life, those kind of people, it's so many of them, they will cloud our judgment and our view and make us just feel like everything is bad and everything is wrong. And it's like, I don't know. Like for me, like, okay, this is how you know that people that's how you could tell when the light bulb went off in my head when I get like that. But for example, I have my mother lives in Houston. For me, I try to see her as often as possible, and I do it. It ain't no, oh, I wish I can go see my mama. I wish I can go see my mama. When it's time for me to go see my mama, flight booked, time is ready, plans made. My mama had four other children that make excuses about seeing her. Granted, they all live in New Orleans. They could either drive for 6 hours and go see her. They can be a family, and all four of them could go and everybody drive for an hour and a half. Who knows? I don't know. I don't do all that though. But they haven't seen my mama in a decade and be like, oh, I wish I can come out there. Meanwhile, for me, I'm seeing flights for $50. Like the last time I went to Houston, my flight was $106 round trip. So if I wasn't around and it was just was my siblings, my mother would be like, "Oh, it's so hard to come out here now. So many people struggling to come to Houston because my babies can't even come out here to see me, and they want to see me so bad." That would be her reality because that's all she knows. But the fact that I'm here showing her, "Mama, look at this deal this week. Look at these hotel points on sale. Look at this, and this." Like I'm showing her like you can't be believing doom and gloom from everybody. Some people that's their reality because that's why they put themselves in that cage. The gate open, but they just ain't walking out the cage. They walking in circles in the cage, but they not leaving out the cage. And that's what I mean. Like it's good to just be encouraged because y'all ever felt like something was hard, but then y'all talk to somebody who experienced and they break it down to you. You be like, oh wow, I could do that. That's easy. And it makes you feel like I'm happy I talked to this person. Because if it was for the other people who make it seem like it's hard to do stuff, like, just anything. Like, let me think of a good example. Like, when it comes to, it's hard for me to think of an example because everything's easy to me. But, like, okay, like for when I went to go do blood work for this dietitian I was seeing to check out my levels to make sure that everything is all right. I don't have no thyroid issues or nothing. She forewarned me like, hey, when you go to this Quest Diagnostics, the people rule, they gonna take long, they gonna ask you for all of this stuff, they gonna blah 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 blah. Because that's based off of her other clients telling her that. But hello, elevated queen, thank you for coming in. But when I went there, I already have a mindset when I go places, I'm already believing and seeing it in my head that whatever I'm going to do is done. It was a smooth transition. Even if it's a hiccup, hiccups happen. Everything ain't, it's human ran. Human ran gonna have the hiccups. And if it's computer ran, tough. So when she asked me, she was like, "Oh my God, how was your visit?" I was like, "It was actually easy. The people called me right in. I checked in on my phone. They didn't ask me for ID or insurance. Did the blood, did the urine, boom." And she was shocked because all her other people had made her thought that that place was so bad that you go there to get blood, they're gonna cut you with a knife and then make you drip the blood in a cup or something. And I use that example to show that if enough people tell us something about a certain thing, it becomes fact to us. But when we go and do it ourselves, we could see that that's not the end all be all. And that's one thing, as much as we get excited, like I know for a lot of us, a lot of y'all still have that light in y'all that y'all had as a child, or when y'all get excited, y'all share stuff with people who y'all believe care about y'all. But the sad reality is that sometimes we just can't share stuff. Like we could be cool with people, y'all might have one subject y'all could run it on. But when it comes to things that's outside of the scope of support, once you see that one time that this person is pissing on your dreams, y'all, depending on where it came from, you may or may not be still be cool with them. I wouldn't personally, but you could still be cool with them, but just don't tell them about the dreams no more. Don't let it happen a second time. Like give everything a first time because it's understandable, but because it's like some situations, because it's a unique thing. Everything is unique. When a person shooting your dreams down, it's not one reason. It varies on y'all situation, and you know the person well enough to know where it came from. But some people really only see you, like I said earlier, as your past. So when your moves are getting bigger than the box that they put you in, because some people be mad that you broke out the box they put you in. It don't be a box that you put yourself in. I agree, Dimples. Destiny swapping is real. I experienced that for 2 years. So, ugh, 0 out of 10 would recommend. I love the people that say it ain't real though, because that mean they ain't dealt with it, and that's good because you never want to deal with that. That's like the strangest stuff ever. But if a person is aware, you can kind of tell of what happened because it's literally you meet a failure, you winning, and next thing you know, they winning, but they ain't even built to win, and you failing at stuff that was guaranteed to you, and then you look at it like, wait, hold up. I started calling out dream killers. Calling out, I think that, and again, this is just me. Calling out only works for me if I want to save the relationship. When I get to the point of having to call people out, depending on what it is, if it's a crime of character and it's something to where, okay, you could apologize, but it's basically the way you are. Like that's the way you think, that's the type of time you on. Baby, bye. We ain't gotta talk no more. Like I'm good because I find that when you call out people, very few people will own it or even have like compassion towards your feelings being hurt or you being disrespected, and they'll make it about them or they'll immediately start telling you stuff you did 10 years ago that they never told you about, and it's like okay. So yeah, it just depends on the person. Some people just be, it really be time for them to go and the expiration they've been over and we just held on to them too long. We held them hostage and life was pulling them away from us because life will pull people away from you and we be pulling the people back. Like it's so crazy the way that works. Like it could be so many different ways a person could get away from us, and if we just let it ride we would be able to just move on and do different things. But it's like it's and then it's for me it's the upbringing because as a child they just made us to be these nice kids, like treat others the way you want to be treated and forgive others, and it's better to give than to receive and all these different things, and it's like we using this in situations where we really shouldn't even be dealing with these people, but then we don't want to feel like we judging them. Or if it's a person who played a victim role a lot, like some people will say, leave me like everybody else did. Those are probably the worst people you ever meet in your life. If somebody ever tell you that, please run and scream and dial 911 as you're doing so. Because if you don't leave, they're going to show you why everybody else left. And another thing is watch out for them people who always change the conversation into gossip. Like for me, I'm a onion, even though I don't smell like one, but I'm an onion as far as I'm layered with different personality traits and stuff like that. So I could talk about games, movies, trips, life. I could listen to people discuss their problems and empathize with them and respond to what they're saying and still keep it about them and not switch it to me all of a sudden. But I noticed like somebody told me they wanted to catch up with me the other day. And when they say they wanted to catch up, I'm thinking it's just going to be us catching up because for me, I don't have a messy life. Like the messiest part of my life is the my relatives and they're not in it. I don't allow it to come over here. So I'm thinking we just gonna be talking about that, like, oh, what's going on with work, what we've been cooking, what we've been doing. They off and on be into fitness. I'm thinking they're gonna mention that. They immediately start talking about people they know business, and it's like, baby, I don't give a fuck about them people. Okay, I've been on live long enough, so I could curse a little bit now. I ain't gonna go too hard though, because I don't want, you know, just in case y'all don't like that. But I'm like, what the, them? I don't know them people, and I just after a while, I'm just like, you know what? I'll talk to you later. And it's like that's why I don't even want to talk to people like not any like okay, it's not everybody. I'm not dumb to where I'm gonna be like, oh, everybody's crazy. I don't want to talk to anyone. No, I'm talking about the usual suspects that are around me that want to be in my life. That's why I don't talk to them because I feel like gossiping is fun when it's done right. If you just dry gossiping to somebody who ain't even on that time, that's weird. That is so weird to me. Thank you, Earth's Angelic Orchestra. That's weird to me to where it's like, okay, you talking about this person, but this is supposed to be somebody close to you. So I'm looking cross-eyed at them now. Like, why do you feel comfortable talking about somebody you close to that I don't have a relationship with? I'm cool with them, but I'm not close to them. To tell me about stuff that they wouldn't tell me. Like that's strange. And that's why for me, I love the fact that I don't really be telling people nothing. So if people do choose to gossip about me, it's literally gonna be speculation and lies. Cause I don't ain't nothing to talk about at all. And but on the other hand, if it's somebody that y'all on that type of time, and y'all know when y'all gossip, y'all be running it like Laverne and Shirley, that's beautiful because that's a bonding moment. But when it's to the point to where gossiping is being pushed in every conversation, even when it ain't about gossip, that's giving thirsty. And it's very strange. But so many people are like that. Like when I tell y'all, I have witnessed so many people telling people business and the person told it to them in confidence and probably and then you look on the internet, the unsuspecting person posting this person, oh my A1 since day one and all this other stuff. And it's like, is this what close friendship looks like? Like that's crazy. Like even somebody else I'm cool with call themselves talking about somebody that they always going places with. And I'm like, well, if you feel that way about this person, why do you keep going places with them? Like that's strange to me because you looking at this person while you with them and thinking those thoughts that you thinking, and that's scary because I would hate for somebody to think that. Like for the girl, her hair be sliding, so every time they take pictures, it be looking like the wind blowing, and then she don't wash her face, and her boyfriend might be gay, and all of this other stuff, and it's like, ma'am, this is your friend though. This is a representation of you. That's why I don't be calling people friends if we ain't representing each other. I wish I would be friends with somebody with poor hygiene. Like, are you serious? No, that's strange. I value hygiene too much to be friends with somebody that's musty or that brain or things like that. But y'all are funny. Yes, no, her wig be sliding. It like bad. And one picture she took a I don't know if she stole somebody's lace wig because I don't really know that much about hair from what I but I pay attention and I'm intelligent enough to grasp concepts. I notice when women have the wigs, when it's installed, I notice that they change it up and they customize it to the person hair. But it be on their head to where it look natural. Her wigs be looking like the little baby hairs done for somebody else's head, but on hers, it be I don't know. It looked like every time she have hair, it looked like she had a fight. Long story short, Her hair always look like somebody fought her. Maybe she get beat, hopefully she not getting beat on by the gay dude. I mean her husband, my bad. But it's like it's a mess. Thank you, real life. And mine ain't even as strong as people, the other people out here. Because some people be like, yeah, la brother, let me tell you right quick on YouTube. You know, I'm about to hit the little play right quick. You know, that's how they talk. I don't believe in speaking like that because I still want to be partially understandable. So it's crazy. It definitely do be giving stress. And but another thing I like about alone time is that once you get used to it, you're gonna enjoy it so much that the few people you can be around, y'all y'all interactions are gonna be elevated because you're with somebody who you comfortable spending time with because you're gonna realize how valuable your time is. And when you're around people that you don't want to be around or that you used to force yourself to be around, you're going to be cursing your old self out like, why the hell did I put up with these people? Or you just going to be looking at them like it's like a out of body experience when you do that. And I also find that toxic people in your life don't like when you get alone because they don't want you to have time to reflect on the fuck shit that they did or realize the lies that they told or come to your senses that maybe you deserve better than being a friend or being a lover or things like that. Because anytime I wanted to go isolated, I noticed the toxic people around me would go crazy. All of a sudden now they want to talk more or oh let's hang out or oh we should do this or trying to start conversations and things like that. And it's like one thing I realize is that we think in loneliness when we think in retrospect as far as family and what we know. But what we have to realize, it's billions of people on this earth. Even when we be in these little YouTube chats or on the internet, we see how many people we have things in common with. So as long as we continue being the light that we are and also repelling the darkness that comes around, or you could be like me and embrace it and use it when you need it. But nevertheless, we see that loneliness is temporary when you're on a journey. And sometimes loneliness is something that could be used to help us grow as well. Well, but I also, again, words mean things. I don't think that loneliness should be used unless you're actually lonely, because a lot of times they try to make alone and lonely synonymous with each other, and it's not. It's actually not. Loneliness is more of a emotional based thing and lack thereof things like that. But being alone though, and I even noticed too, people be so shocked when they see a person going places by themselves. Oh my god, you can go to the movies by yourself? That is preposterous. I'm surprised they didn't arrest you for disturbing the peace. Like, it's like, baby, first of all, half them places that people go by themselves that people be shocked, I wouldn't want to go with nobody. Because every time I go to the movies with people, they always falling asleep. And I'd be tempted to uppercut them because don't waste my time like that. Thank you, Elevated Queen. I appreciate that. Thank you also, Real Life Simulations, being grateful for what you can get even in people. Being grateful for what you can get even in people. Um, Gratitude, yeah, gratitude always is something that we should practice as far as with people. But I feel like we can be grateful, but we also shouldn't tolerate certain things because, again, speaking for myself again, based off of the people I know who are the usual suspects that I was referencing, they wouldn't tolerate a pinch of the stuff they did to me if I did it to them. They would call ICE, they would call the FBI, they would call the CIA, and Jeremiah did me wrong. Like they would scream that to the mountaintops. But I find that when they've done me things, I'm supposed to be accepting of it and things like that. So we could be grateful for people, but we also have to know that boundaries are a real thing, and whether we have them or not, we need to have them. So if you don't have boundaries, you have them now. And next time one of your boundary crossing people come around, they gotta you gotta let them know. Read the first part of the question, Jay. Being grateful for what you can get even in people. Did I read it right? That is two part. Being grateful for what? Wait, where it stop and where it start? I'm sorry, mind journey. I'm reading it like one sentence. But yeah, like that, and I find too, our family. Oh, okay, it's giving stress. Wait, it's giving stress. Her has lied. It's giving stress. Being grateful for what you can get, even in people. Scroll up. I like your way of thinking and agree. Okay, I think did I read it right? Yeah, it's giving stress. Being grateful for what you can get, even in people. But for me, I find too, my family programmed me for the difficulties I dealt with people because I was blessed to have users in the family. So growing up being used and unappreciated and never feeling enough was a normal feeling to where when I went in public and it happened, it fit like a shoe, like a slide on shoe, like Cinderella glass slipper. And it's like I had to first let go of my family as far as how people feel like they tied to family and that's still your family. I had to let go of that idea. And after I let that idea go, I reversed all of the training and conditioning as far as how I should be treated by people. Because just because I'm a person who consider themselves a giver, that does not mean that I'm titanium and that I'm supposed to just withstand whatever people throw my way. So people feel like because y'all are family, you're obligated to deal with their toxicity. Yes, and that's why my family is alarmed that I keep on reminding them that I don't give a fuck about family. The first word in family is F. But no, like honestly, family is a beautiful thing when family is family. People try to put lipstick on a pig and have this toxic dynamic, like my people, fighting, sleeping with each other, man, dragging for each other, wishing bad on each other. And when it comes to a character like me, who's not a part of that, when they want access to me, they say, "Oh, but we're family," and I always rebuttal. Y'all are not a family. Where is the family? There is no family dynamic. There is no unity. There is no loyalty. So it's just a group of poor people at this point, and I don't want no part of that. If I wanted to beef with poor people, I go to the Salvation Army Center. So no shade to the unhoused, no shade, but it's like so from like that's the thing. Some people really do have families, and some people have families that maybe have differences and get past it, and it's beautiful. Shout out to them, but a lot of them don't be understanding that some people family ain't like that. You have some family that could actually cause you harm that could lead up to you losing your life if you gave them a chance to do that. And them kind of people you don't need to be around, especially people who are so miserable to where every reaction they have is anger. And it be explosive anger, like built up anger. And it's like, dang, are you okay? Like, I just hit a speed bump and you want to chop my head off? Like, my bad. So, but also, too, I think that we don't have to explain ourselves to people because I find that, too. A lot of people be trying to explain their mindset and hoping people agree and things like that. If people is understanding, they will understand that y'all gonna have differences and everything ain't gonna make sense, especially if it ain't nothing crazy. It ain't like you putting newborns in shirts and they sliding down like it's a water slide or nothing. But I created my own family. I think we all create our own family. In my mind, word to Heather Headley, my family are the people who, when I see their name in my phone or when I think about them, it's all good memories and it's all good feelings and it's all positivity. That's my family, and it's a lot of different people that are part of my family. Some of them are well, my mom is my only biological family that I acknowledge. Everybody else could go to hell. So and that's just my choice. And that's just because for me, I just feel like they don't deserve me because not only am I fine, intelligent, and successful, but I'm also very supportive. And everyone doesn't deserve a supportive person in their life. And it's not the fact that they got to support me back, it's the fact that I need you to actually overcome what I supported you through. If I'm supporting you or helping you and the situation doesn't change, then I'm not helping you. I just crippled you. If that's the case, go get a bike with some training wheels if you need that much help. So for me, my family is people who I can be myself around. People who, if I do become a millionaire because of this injury, I can tell them that and feel comfortable and not think that they gonna try to use me or just weird stuff. But thanks to my family, I'm more private with a lot of things, so I wouldn't even tell people that that did happen, and I wouldn't, like I'm more private with things now, so it's easier for me to have a connection with people because it's not as complicated. When we get to opening up to people, it gets very complicated because if that person don't receive us right or if they don't handle our vulnerable moments correctly, that can be very damaging to our self-esteem and also to whatever situation we in with them. So I just try to keep it surface level, and if it get deeper, it's deeper for the other person, not me. Like I don't, baby, I'm the CIA. I have classified documents. So I really been yapping for an hour and 30 minutes. No, that's not. I can't count. Oh my God, I went to school with Peach. 2 hours and 10 minutes because it's 60 plus 60 plus 10. Yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's not bad. It don't really feel too tasking to be faceless. I see why people be making faceless profiles, but that and but the I like going back to what real life simulation said. I love the fact of creating your own family because what that does is that creates a new cycle of positivity instead of a generational curse. It's generational connections. Thank you, Dimples. And it's to where the people that's a part of your family, the love that they feel is going to show when they out in the world to other people, and that'll inspire other people to love and be loved. Because we definitely could easily feel like there's no love out there. I was saying, do you think scrap mentality is a passed down thing from older generations? Yes, and I think that it's passed down in many ways. One way is generational, another way is societal, because in society we are trained to go against each other in more ways than one, and especially now with the internet, they've made it so easy for us to just expose each other, say mean things about each other, just whatever, just being beef, have negative issues and things like that. But I think it's up to the people involved to look at a cycle and break the cycle. People be looking at cycles and then say, "Oh, let me repeat it." Like like the situation with Musty Baby. The daddy already had a daddy that wasn't there, and it's like for you to have your daddy not there, and then you turn around and have a baby there, and you're not there for that baby. It's like that's crazy. But that I'm when I tell you I'm old enough now to see cycles repeat themselves, and that's the mind fuck that I can't get over. Cause it's like a few decades ago, I was a little kid or whatever, seeing us be children. Like everybody my age, we children, we innocent, we haven't picked up habits yet, we ain't on drugs yet, we haven't, lived life yet. So to see that happen and then become an adult, and now it's people my age who are the alcoholics, who are the drug users, who are the abusers, who are the jailbirds, who are the people who died early. It is so crazy. Hey, Shelly Shells, thank you so much for coming in. So it's like time flies by so fast that we really, when we see stuff, it's best to start acting on it as soon as we see it, because before you know it, it may be too late or it may be more difficult to get to the root of it. And it's like, even now, like with the children that's anywhere from teens to 20s, some of them are like, it's like you have like the groundskeeper back here, he younger and he has a very good head on his shoulders, very intelligent, very bright future and things like that. But so many of the other children, they lost, and it's like us as adults, we just saying the children lost, but we ain't doing nothing about it. Well, not we, not y'all. Y'all could be, I'm not saying y'all, but the people in my neighborhood, not in my city. For me, what I've done is last year I volunteered during the summer and I was going to different summer camps that had gaming, like how they have football, basketball, they got gaming at some of these summer camps now. I was going there speaking to the children about the importance of education how the skills they learn is going to be marketable because it's technology skills, and just to keep going, and hopefully they feel proud in themselves being gamers. I don't know if they still tease children who game like they used to and things like that. And the look on them children's faces, that actually made me feel like I want to do more of that, but I'm not a parent, so I still will do more of that. But it would be nice to have parents with kids these ages that are able to let me know the areas that children need assistance in this area to try to make it better. Yeah, definitely, Dimples. I'm wondering what happened to all of them summer camps out here. I don't be hearing about no summer camps. And with Job One, this is another sideline story, y'all. New Orleans is so ghetto, right? We have a program called Job One, right? That was my first job when I was 14. Which shout out to them. I haven't stopped working since then. Woohoo! But they project asses had them children working the whole summer, y'all, and did not pay them children no money. Some of them children didn't get their money till like a year, 2 years later. I was in the fact that nobody, like all of these parents who be on Instagram and these different lives and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, y'all didn't know that happened. Like that's crazy. That's against the child labor laws. Go work. My kids were gamers. We a gaming family. And then the check job now. I keep speaking to the youth. They listening. Thank you, Elevated Queen. I'm a gamer too. I had started back gaming when I was offshore, and now that, whew, I'm in witness protection, I'll be gaming too. But yes, Dimples, they didn't pay them. New Orleans did not pay them children for so long, and that's the thing. What I feel like is one thing for the children to be headed in the wrong direction, but these environments don't make it any better because as a city they failed them kids, and some of them children may not have still got their money, and they tried to make excuses saying the children had wrong addresses and whatever, whatever. But if y'all was paying them on time, y'all definitely would have been able to know if their address changed or anything like that. I wonder how to do this community. I don't know how. I feel like somebody grandpa. I want to add something in the chat, but it don't have a box for me to do it because I was gonna add my PSN name on there. I guess start a poll. I'm gonna just put it in there. I don't know what I'm doing. That's my PSN name. Y'all don't have to do the poll. Did I do it right? Yeah, so let's see. Oldies were given scraps and survived that by being grateful for what they had. Now our community is taught to do it with people. All company is in good company, family and friends included. I don't know how old you are, but they used to have something called World of Work Academy when I was in middle school and they paid us. I think I heard of World of Works before, but my journey with the scraps thing, it just depends. Cause I know like some people they say that people be like crabs in a bucket. So like if a bunch of people in the collective environment, like family or friends, have scraps, but then they get to going at each other or trying to undercut each other for the scraps, then that could be a situation that I let me see where scraps and survive. But nowadays, all inflation aside, like at one point I was seeing a lot of people make more than enough money to live comfortable, but their spending kept them in positions to where they were uncomfortable. And that's why I be saying that money is good, especially for people who need it. But if you do not have financial literacy, you good luck, Charlie. That's all I can say. Because for me, I worked with people offshore that made $200 to $400,000 a year, and a person who made 30,000 a year but saved 5,000 a year would have a higher net worth than them because in 10 years 5,000 would be 50,000 plus interest. It'd probably be like $120,000 that $30,000 a year person have. The $400,000 person a year person is spending all 400,000, if not more, because they also in debt on all of these different loans and things. That's why when the downturns happen in 2008 and the downturn in 2015, a lot of those offshore people was unaliving themselves because they were so deep in debt that just abruptly losing their job, they could not keep their sanity because they knew that they were going to lose everything because it all was rented. Like Jesus paid it all, but not for them. They all had everything is rented and repoed and everything else. So But also, people, I think, I don't know, people got to look at financial literacy as a journey and not just a thing. Like one book is going to fix it. It's definitely not. One book will get you inspired, but it's not going to fix it. And it's funny how many people like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I like reading it, but I hated it on the finance level because it really didn't say nothing but the same thing over and over again. That's why when people be like Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm like, did you really read that book? Or are you just saying that because all of the people say that? Because that book, and not to mention the man. Now, I don't care about stuff like this, but I know most people care about people who support Uncle Donald and stuff. I'm calling him Uncle just to not say his name. I'm not really calling him Uncle because, well, all my uncles are dead actually. So yeah, I could call him Uncle. So the man who wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, he is a heavy supporter of Uncle Donald. So I'm that's why I'd be shocked that people still mention his name because I thought we'd be canceling people for messing with Uncle Donald. I don't know. Pope Chrisette Michelle, she been eating Whoppers and double cheeseburgers for meals ever since she sung at the inauguration. But I don't know. But yeah, that book ain't that good. One book I would recommend, and I'll recommend also going to the library to get these books. And if not the library, maybe a Kindle membership because it's a set price versus these books be anywhere from $20 to $50 a book. And I don't think that's good for people to be, doing all that. It be feeling good when you have a goal and you go crazy buying supplies for the goal, but it's if you possibly could derail, it'll be a waste of money. But the book, The Psychology of Money, that's book number one. And then another psychology finance book is I Will Teach You to Be Rich. The thing I like about both of those books is that it gives you financial advice on a psychological level, and it speaks to us being creatures of habit and how to break those habits and give each other grace and things like that. And so I feel like those are really good books because with books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I forgot which other one, but them two books, them authors be talking crazy to the reader. They be calling you all kind of broke bees and your bum and that's why you broke. And yeah, that the avocado toast, like they are very insulting. I didn't mind it because they weren't talking to me. I don't eat avocado toast, but it's like, dang, is this supposed to be inspirational? Because this is like shady as hell. Like, but if y'all want me to discuss what I learned in those books or the key points of each lesson, which can save y'all time and money, let me know. Because I have them. I have a whole library, unfortunately. But, you know, it's always good to have books on hand in case technology decide it ain't going to work. Crystal, I don't even know where that came from with avocado toast. Like, they always mentioning that on these finance YouTube videos because I had my time of watching those too. And it's like, who about to be buying bread every day? I don't even like bread like that. You interested in real life? We definitely will set it up. My Journey, it's a good book to get a start on, but I think that he is more inclined to real estate because that's all he was talking about. He didn't mention like he mentioned other stuff, but he made it about real estate. And then I don't want to spoil a book for you, but it's something that he mentioned that he made sound easier than what it is. And I don't think that he considered all ethnicities in that because one of the things he recommended in that book, black people, you would have to be very well connected to be able to do that. It's not no regular person gonna be able to do that. So if you got to that point, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if not, I didn't want to spoil it for you. I'm a no spoilers kind of guy. But yeah, real life, I think that what I could do is tomorrow. I probably could do it on camera because I'm looking at my camera right now. That's crazy. My camera and my microphone, and I could just get those two books and just go like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, make it like kind of quick, get to the point and things like that. But also too, I find with financial literacy that I don't know if people notice is basically hidden from people. Like it's not something that is widespread. And if y'all don't realize, the algorithms on social media are manipulated to a certain extent. Some things that are meant to be pushed are pushed, and things that unless you're interested, you're not gonna see it. And with financial literacy, if you think about it, if we all had financial literacy, a lot of companies would go bankrupt because companies make money off of our debt. That is why even DoorDash has a payment plan now. Baby, everybody has hopped in the payment plan field, and that is not by coincidence. And it is not to help people because if it was helping people, it would be interest free all the way through. Most of those things, they might give you a probationary period of 0% interest, and then from there, it's like you probably gonna end up paying if you borrow $50, you end up paying $40 for that $50. So that's why I always tell people who say financial literacy is not in school. We are in a money dominated world. Like nothing is ever going to happen to stop these big businesses from making money because once you make it to being a high level business, you become able to go to all of these different government meetings and Congress and things like that and either get them to not push laws that's going to hurt your business or get them to push laws that will hurt your competition. That's why you always see all these politicians in some type of scandal because they be getting paid because money really is big. So if they playing that dirty with money, you think that they're gonna sit up here and let the majority of people learn about money? No, they not. Right. Instacart has payment plans also through Klarna. They always give you 4 easy payment options. And it's dangerous because if a person is not familiar with interest and loans, they don't realize the impact of what they're doing. And not to mention the paperwork for those loans, those disclaimers, they're so long, no one is going to, well, except me, no one except me is going to read all that. Even though for me, I don't really mess with nothing like that because I don't, I, I, I digress with that one. But yeah, so no, we never going to have financial literacy available on a scale that people think, but we can all show each other ways to learn because from what I'm seeing with Navy Federal, Capital One, and PNC, those are 3 banks I have. Every one of the apps have different little financial nuggets in there or links, or even some of my credit cards, they have free financial courses. And on which website that was, one of them websites was saying that they have, oh, my college website, they have free courses on managing your student loan debt, managing debt in general, building a better relationship with money, and things like that. And with those being a journey, we all are going to have it different ways. Some of us can start at different points than others. Some of us can grasp it, or we may find different methods of using it. But it's good to enjoy things, right? Instacart has payment plans. Also, through Klarna, they give you 4 easy payment. I have Navy. I love Navy Federal. I actually but a lot of people be thinking things about them that's not true. Like there's this rumor that when you get Navy Federal, they approve you for everything, and that's not necessarily true. It's based off of your credit. Like I see people been with them for years get denied because it's your credit. It helps though to have a bank account because it teaches you stability and things like that. But the way that from what the streets say, because I'm not wealthy yet, but they claim that with wealthy people, the way they use that is to save money. So when it comes to houses, instead of them buying a house outright, some people who wealthy would get the price, like get a mortgage for a house, and maybe the house is 20,000. And what the wealthy person would do is build so much equity up in the house or renovations or do something to where that house value is going to increase so substantially that the person ends up getting money and not spending money. So if you got a loan for $40,000, but you didn't boosted the house up to $80,000, You didn't just made $40,000 off somebody else $80,000. And that's just an example. That's the type of stuff that wealthy people will use debt for versus us regular people, we get in debt for things we need. Like we all need cars. So I can definitely understand the car note. But what happens is some people are pressured to getting something trendy and it costs more and now your car note interest rates are higher and then they'll get you with the free interest for a few months. But then when you calculate the interest of the lifetime of your loan, your car may be $20,000, but then you end up paying $15,000 in interest, which means you just paid $35,000 for a $20,000 vehicle that then dropped down to $14,000 after you left the lot due to depreciation. So yeah, so that's what I mean when I say that financial literacy is something that is big, it's deeper than rap. It's good to be interested in it, but what I need people to understand when they be trying these goals, if you don't achieve them, it is perfectly fine. You're not built for it yet. You gotta build yourself up for it. But yes, Mind Journey, living above means and also instant gratification too, because we don't see our future self as a real person in general, not everybody, but in general. So what happens is people are least likely to do things that will have will take a longer time to come into fruition because they want to see the instant gratification. And that's why some goals are harder for people to achieve. It's been an hour and 51 minutes. I thought YouTube told me I had a limit. It said that your limit is 25 plus the number of subscribers. I don't know if that was talking about the limit of time or if that was the limit of people. I don't know. I'm so proud of this though. Do y'all know that this live actually got more likes than any of them videos I posted? Even videos I had that had thousands of views, like 5 likes, 6 likes. I'm like, baby, them people must be clicking through these videos so quick. They probably cracking their phone screen to click to the next thing. Like, let me get out of here. But they like the ancestry video I did, and then the 23andMe video I did. But it's embarrassing now to do them videos. Thank you, Mind Journey, and thank you, Real Life. It's so embarrassing to do them videos, and then them people go bankrupt. And that's the second time that happened. Because if I don't know if y'all looked at all of my older trash videos, I did one for Smile Direct Club because I had got their fit kit, and next thing you know, they went bankrupt. Then I did one on 23andMe, and now they bankrupt. I'm like, am I making these people go bankrupt? I don't know. Oh, I was? That's good, Elevated. Lives is where it's at. Yes, yo, I'm thinking about you when you saying the watch hours. It's gonna be crazy when I see them because I know that mean my watch hours gonna be in the the triple digits now. Look, I'm lying like plum. I got six-figure watch hours. I got 100 gloves, 100 goiters, cause I'm from Tampa, Tampa. My man leave me all night, cause he's a camper, camper. Got 9 kids, I don't care, cause I'm online, online, and I cry for sympathy, and it works every time, time. This is how we do. It's Plum Patch. I may be bad built, but I'm still a catch. 9 kids, yeah, call that the peach patch. I'm sorry. Oh my God, now you making a diss song. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep rapping like Peach. I got 11 evictions, but they can't stop. My mama made a YouTube, but her videos can't drop. My daddy did, and I didn't care. My siblings said they gonna pull my hair. My oldest son said he gonna run away, but I don't care as long as Wood stay another day. I got 2 twins, and I got no wins. And people telling me cussing them out, but I don't care about sins. And I lie every time I want my way. And then when I'm broke, I have a class today. $1, $2, $3 class. And then when I'm showing y'all my ass, I'm gonna charge $1,000, and I'm gonna still make a class. Cause 5 people join. Wake up with me. Go to sleep with me. Get beat with me. Get cheated on with me. This live has been all over the place. That's quintessential me. Like literally. Literally. Next thing you know, she gonna be subbing me next. She already be watching yo-yo videos. I'm noticing everything we be talking about in there. This lady be using the same verbiage in her titles and everything. And it's like, ma'am, you want to be unbothered so bad, but you keep responding to stuff people saying. You gotta pick a side. Either you're gonna be bothered Betty or you're gonna be unbothered Unica or something. I don't know. But I still have not seen this video that everybody is talking about with Rasta Queen talking under her clothes, which I do not want to see that. That is so gross. That's like I've never done this, but that's like the way people describe walking in on their parents. Like, no, ma'am, you should be playing bingo and reading Bible scriptures. Like that whole family is a mess, and I think that anybody who take them seriously, they should be looked into mentally. She's a copycat, except she be copying yo-yo. Yeah, she do. It's kind of like for me, the thing that I don't like about people like that is that in Peach case, she would present it as she got more followers than people, so she can't be copying people. But we see it all of the time with bigger celebrities when they've had people come out with songs who was a small artist, and then somebody like Lotto or Sexy Red steal a song, and then when you hit a song, it be the same song. But then the bigger person try to make it like try to minimize the other person's importance. But with Peach, it's too obvious. Like literally, like I've watched her long enough to know that she's responding to Yo Yo because literally before any of these things that be being said or done is done or said, she's not mentioning it. She's not using the terminology. She's not using the caption. She's not even using the word. Because first of all, let's be clear. That hold on is illiterate. And I think that all of the literacy went in her goiter, and that's why it jumps when she's reading because that's what her literacy is, and it's trying to break out. Maybe she need Doctor Pimple Popper or Doctor Pussy Pop or something. But it's just very creepy to me because you copying off these people, you act like these people are attacking you, but you're literally going out your way to find them because nobody's going under her comments. That's the difference between people like us and plum patches. We didn't. I'm not going in that whole comments at all to say nothing. I'll go in somebody talking about her comments to laugh, but it's never that much importance. The only thing that she have is that she's so tied up into the algorithm that I have to see her goiter every time I'm online. So if I'm forced to see it, then I'm gonna have fun with it. Like, no, I'm not gonna be, oh my God, I ran away from her videos. No, she won't keep posting and looking stupid. Always, and then that's my thing. She always look like she just got beat up. Every time she start a video, she breathing hard. It's like, girl, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, do you need some water? Do you need some of that Saratoga water? Do you need an oxygen tank? Like, do you need a wheelchair? Like, I've never seen somebody always look permanently exhausted. Hey, Beverly. Me either, yo yo. She would love that though. You ever went under her comments, she would highlight and pin your shit so fast. Look at this PAH, y'all. She the one who called. See, she gonna blame everything on you too. She gonna blame CPS on you. She gonna blame the Zoom court. She gonna say that you sent them movers to her. You the one told her about the movers under a fake page, baby. She gonna do you like her mama, just like everything her mama fault is your fault too, yo yo. You the one who started that dirty bathwater, and you told her get in. Or she gonna if all else fails, she gonna try to say you want wood, which is an insult to any woman because I don't think no woman with a brain cell, with one brain cell, wants him except her. He looked like one of them people who had helmets on and they just got older. He even dressed like it. Like his clothes be so sloppy on him. Like his clothes don't even want to be there. But so much for Plum. I'm ready for Yo-Yo's content creator class because I don't know. I've really taken a liking to Yo-Yo, and that's it. The thing I like about Yo-Yo is that I don't like people, but I like her. Well, let me back up a little bit. I like all y'all that's in here. But yeah, no. And she's so entertaining and it's fun to have someone make me laugh. Like I'm always the brunt of the joke, so it's good to have people with humor. But I don't know when you ready to, Deborah? Would look like he's slow and you can't understand him. Yes, oh my God. Like it's been so many videos where this dude talked and I'm like, oh, like, cause it's times he talked and it was background noise, okay. But it was times where it was silent and he talked and it still sounded like background noise. Like his mouth make the background noise. Like how if you somewhere loud, the loudness is outside of you. But when Wood talk, the loudness is in his voice, so you can't even hear his voice. It's like and she be like, and then when Peach repeat what he said, it's like Spanish. He said something completely different. Like if I say vamonos, but in English it mean like three or four words. That's what Wood do. He speaks some type of I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, but then when I seen that house, no offense to his mama, but when I seen that house that his people lived in, I'm like, that house looked like it would have people in it that talk like him. So yeah, but but the thing about it though, the fact that he got all them domestic charges, him being quiet is a play for social media. He probably be rocking her through the washer and dryer every day because there's no way you calling the police every other week if y'all so happy. Hey, kicking it with Lena. Hey, Karen. Thank you for coming. Thank all y'all for coming in. First of all, thank y'all because y'all could be anywhere in the world and y'all here. Now, if y'all was at Piccadilly's instead of here, I would endorse that because I love Piccadilly. But yeah, we were just talking about Yo-Yo's chat, and I mean, and this is a perfect example of the Yo-Yo effect because I don't know, if it wasn't for Yo and the Yo Majesty's encouragement, I probably would be on my couch playing Assassin's Creed right now, listening to Taylor Swift. I ain't gonna even hold you, but instead, I am on YouTube with 22 likes, which is amazing, 8 viewers, and a lot of y'all been in here for a while, and this is just one thing I'm doing, and it's just like, yes, elevated. It's my first live. Oh, I love you too, Karen. I finally went live and was so nervous. Kicking it with Lena, I'm gonna have to turn your notifications on next time you go, cause I be y'all. Let me tell y'all what I do. Ever since we started the hashtag Let's Grow Together, and if I see any other content creators start a hashtag, never mind. But I can't make threats online. But every time I come online, I look through my shorts and I look through my timeline. And anytime I see any of y'all, I immediately let y'all stuff play. And then I also make sure to comment on it. That's why I really don't like watching it on TV. Because with TV, I be having to find my phone. So I just do it from my phone. Let's grow in. Thanks. You're welcome, Lena. You're natural. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Elevated. Yeah, like for me, I'm a talkative person, but I wasn't trusting myself last year because it was too much going on and I didn't want to come on here with all of that. Like, and I mean I'll be happy when it's over. Cause for me, I'm not going through anything. I don't want to, make it seem it's basically injury, recovery lawsuit. Long story short, that's all. But it's so much more I want to talk about though, but I don't want to contradict myself. Like my girl Peach, we be lying. She should be a Leo because she's a liar. That girl is a liar. She's walking a liar. McIntyre's a liar. Ooh. See, I need a record deal. But for you too, when you're gonna have. I like your T-shirt. Thank you. That was from Planet Fitness. Fun fact about Planet Fitness, y'all know they used to give out the T-shirts when you join, and they used to give out the little card instead of using your phone. They butts saw that during COVID, them not doing that still let them gain revenue, so they just stopped doing it. And they stopped having pizza because they wanted to save money. I agree with you, Jeremiah, because I can talk down in person, but getting behind that camera. Had me so nervous. Oh my God, yes, kicking it with Lena, especially like looking at myself or like when I was doing my videos the other year, I was using my phone and my phone was being my biggest op because it kept stopping. So I would be nervous that if I got too deep into what I was doing, the video would be then stopped and it'll all be for nothing. It's like, you know, hey, no, those Libras are liars. No, real life, I wasn't generalizing a vocal. I mean, oh Jesus, I had a peach moment. I wasn't generalizing a zodiac sign like a Leo is a lion, but you know how people be saying lion, like I when people lie a lot, instead of saying Lion King, I be like the Lion King. That's what I meant when I said that. I don't nah. I have Leos. Who is a Leo? My middle sister a Leo, my brother a Leo, my nephew a Leo. It's a lot of Leos I know. I really the only two signs I really notice really live up to their name is Virgos and Sagittarius. Even though female Sagittarius, I love them, but male Virgos and male Sagittarius, zero. And I'm a Virgo, telling y'all this. Stay away from Virgo men. They are psycho. I got stalked by a Virgo for 3 years and we did not even know each other. Like it was all over somebody they was talking to who came to New Orleans while I'm offshore. I wasn't even living out here. And the Virgo stalker put it in his head that I was the other man and that they came out here to see me. And it's like, what? You say I'm built for YouTube, yo yo. I mean, I had a YouTube in high school, but it was me playing bounce music and all my friends dancing. They used to report my videos because they kept saying we were underage, and I'm like, it's not porn, people. It's just dancing. I'm a Leo, and I will raise my past up, and don't be around me when those paws pounce down on you. Honestly, I think that some things are unique to our sign, but I think a lot of things just be black people stuff. Because I find that a lot of different signs be having similar mindsets to things. I don't know. I wish I could carry my zodiac sign on my income tax. That's what I wish. I believe in monetizing not everything, but just things that can be monetized. Like maybe I should get a puppy and have a content puppy, or adopt a baby, or have a baby, or something. I don't know. But then it's like, what will you do when the content ain't being done? Like, how would you maintain the baby or the puppy or something like that? I really don't be understanding sometimes. But yo yo, are you going live today? And that's even crazier now that I think about it, because now y'all have a voice with the comments I be leaving. That's crazy. They're gonna be like, I can hear his voice saying that. I'm looking out the window like somebody po. It's so beautiful outside. What's the weather like in y'all city? It's like 80 or 70 degrees in New Orleans and it's sunny and windy. Word to Wendy Williams. My I don't know who was calling me just now, but I'm running a multi-million-dollar business right now. I don't have time to be answering phone calls. It's 82 degrees. Is it like breezy 82 degrees, Dimples, or is it hot? You might want to leave them babies where they are. They're pricey nowadays and want everything. I can say that. Lena, my mama had five. I'm the fifth child. I feel like babies, like a lot of stuff for them is pricey, like the maintenance things like diapers and formula and all that other stuff. But a lot of they clothes and accessories be really reasonable. Excuse me? Ooh, they got me on camera. I forgot I had physical therapy today. I thought it was. Oh, oh well. I missed the whole appointment on live. That's how you know the future is bright. It's just a sunny 82 in DFW. I'm surprised I didn't get a notification. 78 and very clear and warm. Real life simulations. How you know I'm Baby B? Elevated Queen, 58 Chicago. Elevated Queen, I love Chicago. Went there 3 years ago. I love the little boat ride. I love walking downtown. I love the Chick-fil-A. And I went to some bar where they had to make the drinks manually and they forgot to charge me a bill before they closed. So I had free drinks because they literally didn't charge me. It was crazy. Let's see. You might want to remember your voice. Real life, I am not Baby B. I'm not Baby B, and I'm not Peach Neighbor. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's somebody that one of my children that sound like me. I'm innocent, but three. I really. It must have been at 3 o'clock. That's how you know I'm destined for greatness on YouTube because I'm forgetting about stuff I'm supposed to be doing while on here. But it's because my phone is where all of my calendars and stuff at. So I don't know. The future matter more though. Physical therapy, they gonna be there next week. All they was gonna do is have me heel toeing in a circle anyway. I could do that at home. And whoever was supposed to do it today, that mean that they get a free hour to themselves. So it's a win-win. So they shouldn't be complaining. I forgot what that lyric was when it was like, "We happy, what you complaining for?" Something like that. That's what I was gonna say to that. So what shows have y'all been watching? I've been watching Survival of the Thickest, which feels like a Lizzo biopic or something like that. But I have a bad habit of seeing stuff through when I start it, and it's only 30 minutes an episode, so it's not as long as a 1 hour show. But and then I seen this movie on Netflix called What Happened to Monday, and that one was pretty good too, as well. So what y'all been watching? Let me see. I'm about to. And that appointment was at 2 o'clock. Look, I usually look at my calendar in the morning, but today I started early, so I didn't even look at it. Beauty in Black. Beauty in Black. Have you watched all of the episodes? I watched that show as well. I'm glad that I was optimistic because the internet has a stigma that all Tyler Perry stuff is horrible, which is not all factual because he has good movies. It just, I guess, after COVID, he was kind of like microwaving his shows, so some of them may have been not to people liking. But Beauty and Black, even though it give a little taka vodka a little bit, it got a little yeah to it. I like it. Binge watching Handmaid's Tales. I tried to watch that and my brain stopped working. I check out my 600 pound life. Is it true that that rapper girl gonna be on there? The one who sued Lyft or something like that? Or was they just trolling online? It'd be crazy how they give everybody the title of rapper. I watch Beauty and Black. Real life and Dimples, what do y'all think of Beauty and Black and how far are y'all in watching it? I watch cable, News Daily, Westerns, UT. What shows you watch on cable, Deborah? News, Westerns. I love Westerns and I love black and white movies. I watched both seasons. That probably was a troll. I haven't seen her in the 600 pound life. Um, isn't the new season good? Yeah, it is. And I'm guessing it's gonna be around for a few more seasons because it just seemed like every season they setting it up for something. So it's okay. Especially like once you get emotionally attached to the scenarios in the show, it makes it better. Is new season good? In my opinion, I would think it is. I feel like if you watch the first one, I think the second one is it better? These shows be going by so fast. I like it. I didn't even know it was a Tyler Perry production. Someone else must have wrote it. Nah, he wrote it because one thing he gonna have is somebody gave somebody download and all kind of other stuff. Tyler is a freak. He ain't slick with that writing, especially once the that was almost a spoiler. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. But yeah, basically, elements of the show just indicate to me that Tyler wrote it, and that's the life he lived. Dimples, let me raise you another one. Why some of the extras, some of the male men in the background, they actually are P stars in real life. That's how I know Tyler's a freak. Cause how you know who them people are to find them? Like, excuse me, Tyler. Like, that's crazy. He went from Tyler Perry to Tyler the Creator. Got to be black and white. I watch the cable news to keep my eyes on the White House. Honestly, though, Deborah, according to the overseas people, our news don't be really telling us everything. Like people out the country have a whole different perspective of us. Glad I could stop by your live and hope to see you again. Everyone stay safe and have a good day. Got to change your charges phone. Thank you so much for stopping by, kicking it with Lena. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we definitely will cross paths on these YouTube screens again. Thank you so much. I appreciate all y'all for coming in. Really, that's crazy. I'm really still shook that I missed that. I missed the whole appointment. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Damn. Oh well. I'll be there Monday. At least I missed it doing something fun. That's what I like. When I'm enjoying myself, I don't care what I miss. I could miss my own birthday. I don't care. If I'm having fun, I'm having fun. Oh, because I had got injured um 2 years ago, but I still got to do physical therapy because they want to make sure everything is fully functioning, I guess. No, that's all right. I had mentioned it a little bit earlier because that's really why, that's one of the reasons I took a year break off of YouTube, is because I knew that around that time I wanted to talk about some of the things going on because that was a part of my brand that I was building as far as being like a lifestyle page, I guess. But yeah, it's from offshore injury, but I'm in a much better place now. But they still have to keep trying everything until it gets better. That's all. But this one is at West Jeff because they had me at UMC. That was too far away to be going multiple times a week. But today would have been the third day, so they should be all right. If they would have been watching my YouTube, they could have got in the comments and said, "Hey, you got therapy right now." But nope, they went on my channel, so that means I don't need to be at therapy. Which emoji? I seen that emoji. Wishing you better health and many blessings. Thank you, Dimples. Life itself is a blessing for me. I just look at it as a part of a process that has an end date that I'm not aware of yet, but it ain't really nothing bad to me. I think me mostly handling my business and also me creating a safe space for myself, it helps to not feel so overwhelmed by this. But if I was around those people I was mentioning to y'all earlier with all of those scenarios I was telling y'all, then I would definitely be in bad shape because they would be weighing me down with their problems and negativity. Like that's why like some people be wanting people around them when they go through stuff, but for me, I'd rather be alone because at least I can think. Can't think with people around me because I got to think for them. Because for some reason, when people see a person that's strong-willed, they want you to lead them. Like if y'all Pocahontas and the Indians or something, I don't know. Yeah, and it's like that's why for me when I'm around people who have a brain that works, I feel so free because it's like, oh my God, I can actually hear what this person thinks. It doesn't have to be about everything I think, or I don't have to answer everything or figure everything out. Like it's so draining. Like it started off as a kid being complimented for my grades, then people wanting to cheat on your homework, then people wanting to cheat on your test. Then I started selling homework because I'm like, y'all gonna pay me. Then family members wanting me to do their homework. I'm in sixth grade doing college papers for sisters that's 10 and 15 years older than me. Then it's like it just never stops. Like you become grown. They always calling you for every question instead of Googling it. Or if they need help with something, they don't know no other man to call but me. And it's like, but y'all sleep with men. So you calling the wrong one. So yeah, I definitely love people who have a brain and who have a personality. Like they live to their name. Like whatever their name is, like your name Dimples, everything about you gives Dimples. It's Dimples' way of doing this, Dimple way of doing that. I love that about people. It be people be wanting to copy and paste so bad. And it's like it's draining because no, I don't want to see a mirror of myself. I want to see other people. It's like, is this the Twilight Zone? Yes, elevated queen. I ate good on many lunch days because of that good old homework. And then I was such a genius as a kid. I used to have the homework purchasers give me their handwriting in like a sentence or like enough writing to pick up their way of writing words, and I used to mimic their handwriting. It's crazy. I'm like, dang, I was a terrorist as a child, but not really. I just did me. That's all. Amen, Dimples. Amen. But we losing on a societal scale. We're losing a lot of personality because people are not being themselves no more. People are being the next person. Like it's so bad now to where when I'm online, I be thinking people is twins because they be people be looking so much alike and dressing so much alike and be complete strangers to where when I find out it's two different people, I'm like, wait, that's not the same person? Like it's crazy. It's creepy now. Like it's so creepy. Yes, they do try to carbon copy it, but it's like you being unique is so beautiful because when you're unique, it's really like self-explanatory to the word. But I think that people feel like copying is gonna make them fit in. But my thing is, we not meant to fit in. Like, when are we gonna give up that ghost? Like, stop trying to make fetch happen. Like, we not meant to fit in, and that's why we bump heads with people because we too close to each other. We ain't supposed to be that close. Supposed to have distance and space and creative things. Like even when people lived in the woods, we would one of us would go venture off and go explore, the other one to go plant berries, the other one to go twerk by the river. Like we always had our own motion. It's like now people don't know how to do that no more. It's they have to do everything everyone else does. Like they got the youngins sold up so bad to where people aspirations be the craziest stuff. Like people in school, they goal is to be a content creator when they get older. Like that's cool, but at least when I was growing up in the dinosaur age, we always were taught to have multiple options, have a default one we're gonna try, but then have fallback plans as well. And also we were taught to do assessments and see what skills we are good in and go from there. Now it's just like they say children of the future, but it's like it's giving apocalypse if that's the case. I don't know. But I do that's why I always give encouragement to any younger person that's doing their best. Because that's all that matters. Because when you're doing your best, that's what matters. Not Johnny's best or Timmy's best or Susie's best, but your best. So yep, that's it. And it's almost 3:37. This is a long live. I should hey Nikki's motivational channel. I should do like this lady who be in the little live thing. Her lives be like 10 hours. And one day I was looking at her lives and I was like skipping through them. And she was sitting down the whole 10 hours. I'm like, dang, did she go to the restroom or something? Like that's crazy. I can't like even when I've been on here, I've been moving around. I can't sit down in one area for 10 hours. That's all right, Nikki. It's all right. I think that I'm gonna end it at an even time. So in 3 minutes, I'm gonna end it because I don't think I'm gonna ever stop. I might as well just get some furniture and move into this live because I'm gonna be living here. This is fun though, because at least now I can come up with the subjects and I don't have to be as restricted as if I was doing a video with trying to make sure I say everything right in the moment, cutting and pasting, chopping and cutting and stuff. Even though I'm gonna still do videos, because that camera gonna have to work itself back. Like it ain't gonna be able to just. I'm not just gonna use the phone because that'll be lazy. I'm gonna do both. You should do a panel. Just a suggestion. What kind of panel? That's she had on depends. What's the longest you think that you would have gave up, Nikki, as far as with sitting? Y'all crazy with the pens. I don't know. I don't think the lady was in that shape to be using the pens. She's funny though, but that was I was just shocked. But I do know though, when I used to work offshore, like it was very easy to listen to them lives. Like when I see it on TV, I'm like, oh my God, 6 hours. But if you work in a 8 or 12 hour shift and you got it playing without the video and you just listening to it like a podcast, you could really run it like that. It really feel like somebody talking to you while you working the whole time, talking about life experiences. Maybe 2 hours. That's it. Yeah, for me, maybe 10 minutes would be the most for me, but I'm still gonna be moving around. Like I sitting for too long. That our bodies ain't even meant to do that. We supposed to, if we standing up for too long, we supposed to sit down. If we stand sitting down for too long, we supposed to stand up. Dimples, where would I do like a panel? Like would it be like on here or Station Head or what's the other one? Discord or something like that? Yeah, no, my back would be in flames, but it looked like she have some really good supporters, so they definitely run it up for her. Yep. But oh, it's 40 now, guys. So I definitely enjoyed y'all so much. And this is the first of many times y'all made this experience amazing actually. Like I was expecting to say my little piece that I was saying earlier and then get off at that time. But then everybody came in. StreamYard, I haven't started StreamYard yet, Dimples. What I was planning on doing was properly setting it up on my MacBook so that I could be able to do the video and also show my screen at the time because that would help when it comes to like if I get to the point of talking about financial or fitness, I want to be able to show actual sources so it's not like I'm just, talking off of my head or whatever, things like that. But thank y'all so much. And thank you again, Nikki Dimples, Real Life, Elevated Queen, Karen, Crystal, Yo Yo, let me see, Deborah, Kicking It with Lena, and I seen Johnny and a few other people in here earlier. But yeah, thank y'all. And maybe one day I'll do a camera live, but I ain't ready for that yet. I'll just do videos for now. But I will see y'all in the comments and on these YouTube streets. And if y'all have any shorts, I definitely will be finding them because I'll be looking through my little thing to see and showing love. And y'all have a great weekend and stay safe. Thank you, Carrie. You too. Thank all of y'all. Thank you again. And thank you, Elevated.